Oh, the support guard died. That's really bad, actually. But the Willbender is still available. If they can somehow hold this. The Willbender needs to actually basically tank this while the Necromancer basically holds the node. Oh, and Sokol's here. Now here comes the Mesmer. They give it the node, though, there. And actually, there's a kill coming through over there onto Hawk Rider. Oh, blue team gonna get middle hit. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so close. Wait, oh my god! Dude, what the fuck? Sokos is carrying so hard. Dude, look at this. And then the rally. Oh my god. Red team wins, maybe. If they get these kills, they got to get these kills. And they decap. Oh my god, red team's going to win this game. We got to get out of here. It's time for monthly automated tournament. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay. Very nice. All right then. It's starting. Yes, it is. Wicked in the chat, boys. Let's see what we got. So, as usual... scaling is in. As usual, guys, we'll let you go check out all the teams, right? I'll look at all the teams in the first round, just so you can kind of get a good idea of who's playing. This is actually... Oh, shit. This is so hot, actually, guys. We have Fishing for Gizmos. We have Off Dream here. This is actually so huge. This could be... Oh, but there's actually Team Copium as well. Oh, shit, that's Miaz. And Ultranumb here as well. Give me one sec, guys. I'm going to go and refill my water here, guys, and then we're going to get into this. This is going to be a really exciting monthly AT, though, guys. Big, exciting monthly AT. Really fire. All right. Let's take a look at who is playing in the monthly automated tournament. Let's start from the bottom. In we go here on the Eternal Colosseum. We've got a very powerful team here. And look, listen to this, gamers. We've got no rank 55 and no worms. This is going to be an absolutely insane monthly automated tour. This is probably going to be, actually, some of the most... Oh, hang on! There's more, actually. We actually have an insane game first time around here. We actually have Seacod, Azadome, Karina, and Roach God X, a.k.a. Jeff. And their first round into off-stream here, actually, Bazil, Papanator, Sakaya Prototype, and Jelsine here. Double Harbinger, Spectre, Willbender, and Core Guard. And this is kind of the comp I'm expecting to see a lot of, actually. I think you'll also see Tempest, which is now in the meta as well, guys. Of course, Tempest being played here by, of course, Jeff on the red team. Yeah, we have that double Harbinger, Spectre, and then Willbender. This is basically, in my opinion, the current meta comp right now, actually. You need the Spectre for that mobility. Also has incredible 1v1 potential, too. And you just blast with that double Necro, which can also 1v1, and you just decimate the team fights with these Necromancers. So you overload your opponent with too many colonies, and you hard farm them right now. I believe it's going to be Condi Spectre here for Azadome. That's exactly what it is. I think Bazil will be mirroring that. Yep, here it is. There's also the Condition Damage Spectre here from the Blue Spectre with Rune of Divinity here. And then Azadome also running Rune of Awe. So a slightly different approach in terms of overall build approach here, but very, very similar overall. Prototype here, but this will be actually, it's going to be Death Magic. Actually. Prototype is not playing his kind of special source build. He's going with Death Magic and Curses instead of, he actually likes to play Blood Magic sometimes on Harbinger, which is a little uncommon, but that's what's going to be this time anyway. Let's see what the red team can do here. Actually, this is very, very big, because bear in mind, guys, it's actually a heavily NA team here, right? Karina, Jeff, Seacod, right, are actually all NA. The Eagle, I actually don't know who this player actually is. Could be anyone. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But actually, this game is definitely going to be worth watching, in my opinion. I was going to do a bit of a view of all the different teams, but this is actually a very, very competitive match here. Let's see if that Tempest versus the support guard. So far, a bit of a slow start, but red team actually managed to grab that middle node. A really big component, we saw this in the Hardstuck Conquest League, by the way, actually, is that the 1v1s between the Spectres are incredibly impactful. We saw that Draza, being so powerful in his 1v1s, was actually able to provide a huge amount of value to his team. So blue team now have it, have an order of their own there with the line. In fact, blue team even get a kill onto the Willbender on the red team here. So blue actually having a little bit of the edge here. However, this respawn will be very good for red, actually, as they'll probably be able to secure themselves that second node. And actually, wait, one Harbinger somehow managed to sneak around there, and Seacod finds his incredibly sneaky decap, actually, into Prototype, and that means that red team will continue to gain a bit of an advantage. However, blue team will be able to surge very aggressively towards middle and get this outnumber in this 3v2 onto the Tempest and the red Harbinger. Meanwhile, the Spectre is doing a good job of actually trolling this node 1v2. Needs to be very careful, though. This is an incredibly risky and greedy play. There is a Shadow Portal that will allow him to get out, and there it is. There's disengage. That's very high value there from that Shadow Portal, able to disengage after trolling and then immediately push in here and get a kill. But they need to get a kill here, right? Blue team is even outnumbering this for a very long time, and actually the red team has just survived perfectly here. Prototype is about to lose this 1v1 as well. Seacod doing incredibly well in this 1v1, forcing the +1 from the Harbinger. Will that now be a counter kill? Let's see if it's going to end up going that way. Looking like the answer is no, at least for the time being. And red team actually doing a very, very good job, actually, into off. Well, you see that Zaitan legendary weapon there, actually, really showing that some cool effects there. Will there actually be an interrupt? Oh, I believe there was an interrupt on the revival there from the red Tempest. Exactly right, yeah. No revive there, and now the Tempest is a bit exposed himself as well, actually. Does have a few cooldowns left, though, does Obsidian Flesh, and of course, Earth Shield will be up in 30 seconds or so. But the Tempest actually kiting really well. Is not going to go down just yet. Azadome arrives to try and contest middle and hold this 2v2. Will not really be able to push into that node, though, that much. And still, red team maintain a decent advantage here. This Willbender in a bit of trouble. Does still have renewed focus. There is a Flash Worm prototype now going to push into that. May force some additional quarters, but no, the mobility from the Willbender is sufficient, okay, to get out of the mix here. Sakaya now moving towards middle here to support the blue Willbender. Should be able to heal that up quite nicely. Bazil looking for the decap. Can't quite get it, though, actually. We have Azadome there, just holding that 1v1. Again, this 1v1, very important, right? Like, Blue Spectre should be able to decap, because, again, the Thief Sustain is going to be very disengagey, very stealthy. So, over time, Blue will probably at least neutralize that node. Blue team now taking this, the line node over here, while holding onto middle simultaneously at the same time. However, a lot of pressure onto the Blue Harbinger, actually. So much damage coming through here. Has to drop away. Where's the support? Sakai is here, ready to go, but there's a lot of damage still here. The Willbender on the hunt. Is the Sustain going to be good enough here? There's no elite elixir. This Harbinger in so much trouble, actually. Does Sakai have the revival? May need to use it. There's no stability, though, so if it does go down, that's very, very scary. There's the downside. Here's the signet. Will there be a CC? There actually is no CC. Oh, just barely too late there. So the Harbinger is now back up. Can they get this full disengage? Prototype comes in for the assist. Blue team now with that 2-cap. Guardian just 1v1ing here on middle here. It's going to be actually a victory here for the Willbender. That would be a really nice kill. However, it's so, so close to G. Oh, there's the renewed focus. Karina on 5% health. Can we see a kill here? Are we going to see a kill? Yes, we are. That's a really nice pickup there. Still incredibly low, but should be able to actually bleed that. Oh, but actually, hang on. The enemy Willbender comes in there from the red team, and that actually might be a bit of a counter kill here. Yes, it is a counter kill, and there's no response here as well, actually. There could be a knockback, but no, that will not bleed out here whatsoever. Ooh, yeah, that's actually really unfortunate there. Really nice victory for Blue. Turns into a crushing defeat, and Blue now falls behind. 1v1 actually is being held stable, in fact, by Azadome. He is getting a little pressure, so may have to yield the node at some point, but no, gets a really big heal scarf, and we'll be able to be fine here. Now we have the Blue Spectre leaping into the action directly onto the node there. Can we see a decap here? It will be absolutely massive, but red team actually managed to find double neutralizations, actually, getting down the blue nodes completely gone there. The middle node and, of course, the line over here have been reset back into nothingness, and this is going to take a very long time. Again, this Willbender 1v1, although it could be pretty explosive, actually, but there is an Earth Shield to help out here for the red Willbender. Red team really getting ahead right now. However, Blue Spectre, if he could find this decapture, would be very, very nice indeed. Buffs coming up in 8 seconds. C-Cod already in position to grab the sword buff, which will be absolutely huge. There is a Guardian now, sorry, a Willbender now moving in to try and contest into that, but it will be matched by the red Willbender. Need to see a port here. No, actually, the sword is immediately taken. Now this Willbender is in an absolutely terrible spot, having to run away from both the Willbender and the Harbinger. This is a very scary situation. We'll have to blow basically all cooldowns. Yeah, there's the judge's intervention to disengage that, but they need to find a kill. Blue team in a bit of trouble right now. Spectre from Blue also disengaging away, maybe looking to get a kill over here instead. Oh, tries to go for a very sneaky decap there with that Shadow Portal. Gets back in there. Azadome fairly pressured, but then again, so is the Blue Spectre here. Who is going to get this decap? Oh, there's a big fear there. Big CC now landing. A lot of damage coming onto the red Spectre, but is it actually going to be enough here? Let's find out. Not yet, actually. Azadome doing an incredibly good job, actually, in this 1v1, showing that he is indeed one of the top thieves in the game right now, because of course it's actually in the tournament earlier we actually did see this Spectre Brazil do very well in Spectre 1v1s actually, but this time Azadome is performing extremely well, more than capable of matching that. We have it down here. Is there going to be a revival? I do not believe there is. No, there's no revival there, and Blue team win a really nice fight, and they get another kill too. Now we get the decap hit coming through from Brazil. That's very, very nice. Can we see more though? Is Jeff going to go down here? Roach God X in trouble on the Tempest, does have an Earth Shield, may have Obsidian Flesh as well. Actually looks like he is going to get out there with the Willbender peeling him out quite nicely, and Azadome actually holding that node as well, recapturing it. So a very nice hold despite losing a good amount of players. The Willbender did of course get glyphed up there, so that really helps restabilize this. Now the node is held neutral over here. Oh yeah, that was nearly a full cut there for Blue. That would have been really, really nice, but Blue still needs a bit more than this. They need to win this 1v1 and also grab middle as well. Looks like it will actually be set to neutral. There it is. Jeff still very, very pressured here actually. The Willbender from Blue really going for this kill. Not much left over here. Good heal skill there from Jeff, but here comes the Harbinger, and now things really start to get a little bit scary. There is a water achievement coming up very shortly. There it is. Is there any more stain left over? There is the Immobilize there. Can this Immobilize peel out this Tempest? The answer to that is going to be no. Ooh, that's a really key kill actually right now for the blue team. That's going to be a very, very good kill in fact. Shield buff for blue still available. 1v1 happening. It's going to actually be plus real quick. Let's into this 2v2 now with Willbender, Harbinger on both sides. Actually, never mind. It's actually going to be Harbinger and a Core Guard, but there's no revive there, so Sakai has to leave. Already used it, I believe. Yeah, he already used it just a few moments ago. That's a really nice 2v2. In general, Core Guard, not the best in these 2v2s because it just doesn't really have any damage, so double damage typically crushes it. Now the Willbender as Sakai goes for the contest, does manage to get it. There will be a respawn, so if they can hold on a little bit longer, they should be good. The problem is there's no cooldowns for the support guard. It's all on the Willbender, and the Willbender actually immediately dies. That's a really, really bad time to die as well, as Prototype now just immediately respawns. And here we go. Blue actually might end up losing sides here. Yeah, as we see, the Spectre from Blue gets driven away a little bit, just barely ports back in to continue this contest. They're using that elite skill Shadowfall to make sure that the node does not get fully captured. But Red Team continuing their advantage here, actually. Just up by around 70 points, just, you know, about that 70-point mark. It's a nice lead, actually, because bear in mind, a lot of these games are quite slow. They're pretty slow games. And that 70-point advantage, it is hard to get that back. You can see, if we look at the timeline here, teams are struggling to maintain more than one node at a time. But there's a bit of double cap here, there's a bit of double cap here, but not that much of it whatsoever. There's actually it's very much a single cap game for both teams at the same time. It's hard to control everything. And actually, Blue Team lose their only node in the middle, so they must win this fight. Now, they need to get some kills here. They're going for the Red Harbinger. Can they find that? They're actually already getting very, very precious. There's a lot of damage here. The Harbingers are bringing their DPS to the fight right now. Is it going to be enough, though? Very good support now coming through from that Red Tempest. The healing is very, very high, and they're now turning the fight around onto the opponents here. Here we go. There's the pull, pulling in Prototype. Massive damage coming through. But it looks like Red Team has weathered the storm here, at least for the time being. Tempest still has the revival ability available. I believe Sakai will have it soon. Yes, he does. But problem is Sakai is starting to actually run pretty low on cooldown, so he's running out of steam. And after that's gone, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble, actually. This team will slowly start to collapse. He might have to reuse Renewed Focus. Yep, he's going to have to use it very soon, I think. Otherwise, his team is just going to basically die. I think Blue need to start thinking about disengaging this, actually. Maybe they can get a very quick kill onto the Willbender, but no, there's actually a Renewed Focus there on the Willbender. There might still be a down state available here. Actually, there's a lot of condies on him. Is he going to die? Looks like the answer to that is yes, but there will be a revival here from Jeff, I think. Yep, there we go. Good glyph comes through from Jeff. Roach got on X there with the support. Gets that player back on his feet. The pain train is still continuing, but with only 4 minutes on the clock, this is taking too long, really, for the Blue Team. They need more than this. They need to get some kills quickly, and they're really struggling to stay. Now, there's running out of steam there. Their support has basically nothing left, and the double Harbinger has connected with the Willbender on the Blue Team. It doesn't have any cleanse. That's the kill. Is there a revive? There is going to be a Signet. Needs to connect it. Will it land? No. Interrupted, actually. That thief stealing skill denying any of that potential there. They might go for rounders. They kind of have to go for it. They can't really afford to lose a play. They're going to go for the res there, but no. Does get it, but Sakai ends up dying. That takes too much damage, gets pressured very heavily while going for that revival. We do see one node going in favor of Blue Team, but losing that team fight is pretty catastrophic. They now have to try and contest this node and also pushing far. They are actually succeeding in doing that, and Red are going for a very aggressive position here by pushing directly towards the Lion node here, and that is where the support guard respawns. So in theory, if the Willbender can hold for just a little bit longer, they will be in business. They do get a big heal there from the Spectre. That's very, very nice. If they can just hold on until the support guard arrives, then we are in a good spot here. Is that going to happen? Looks like it will not. Oh, tried to get the kite. And actually did fail to do so, unfortunately. But the support guardian has now returned. However, Prototype eliminated on middle there by Seacod and Jeff. And that will be a middle cap there in favor of the Red Team. However, we have the Harbinger into Spectre 1v1. The Spectre actually might have a little bit of trouble actually holding into this, or at least contesting the node. And you can see the amount of damage that's coming out there. Could lead to an advantage here, and this could be a double cap, but the problem is that this push did end up working out, and unfortunately the Blue Team were not able to survive, just barely. Like, honestly, another 5 to 10 seconds holding would have been absolutely fantastic, but they weren't quite able to do that, and as a result of that, I do believe that now we are in a bit of a lockout situation where it's very hard for Blue Team to win. If they can maybe get this double cap, that's a really big decap there, actually. Really nice neutralization here from this Willbender. Will now have to be 1v2, so probably has to leave this and then push into this fight, but if they could then actually get a very quick snowball kill on close by focusing down one of these, one of the Willbenders, or maybe killing, and maybe getting 2 kills here, killing the Tempest and the Willbender perhaps, or a Harbinger, that could actually be a win state here for our Blue Team. I like this rotation here by the Spectre to actually keep one of these Harbingers out of the fight. I think we are just going to see an immediate counter rotation here, though. Yeah, and the problem is that this Harbinger has to stay here because he's very worried about the decap, so it all comes down to this fight. If Blue can somehow win this, then they are still in business. They've got 2 minutes. They've got to win it quickly and get this double cap. They probably have to neutralize. Ooh, wait, where's this Harbinger's got to be careful. Yeah, here comes the 1v1. Needs to hold on to that. So this fight is it. If it resolves in the next few seconds, then there could be some value. Azadome in a bit of trouble. Does have a lot of Shroud left over, but the focus is going to be very, very intense. There is a revival available here from Jeff. Yeah, there it is. The glyph is up. Renewal of Earth is now available. Azadome gets the Earth Shield. Here comes a Tornado. Very disruptive player from Jeff. Should be able to counterpeel that Spectre out, but the damage focus is very, very high. How much has Azadome got left? 0 Shroud. That's the confirmed kill. That's the end of that. Is there going to be a revival? The cleave is absolutely huge. Prototype goes down. Here's the counter res. Is it going to land? Yes, it is. Players now back up, but this is an absolute bloodbath. Both teams incredibly passionate. Where's the healing? There's the Shroud. Can we now get this kill? They're going to focus that Spectre down again, but it's 1 minute on the clock, and we're starting to run out of time here. I think we are going to see basically an automatic loss, unfortunately, for the blue team. I do not think they have enough time left in this game to win. Remember, 3 cap, guys. A triple cap is going to be 90 points, right? And they're actually about, well, just under 90 points behind, actually. So they need a triple cap now. I don't think this game is winnable anymore, unfortunately, by blue. They're really going for it here in this final fight, and a very intense match, very close game overall, and it's going to go to a timer match here, of course, but I don't see this as winnable. In fact, it isn't winnable at this stage. This game is no longer... It can no longer be won by blue. This is GG. Let's go and watch another game. Let's see who else is playing. Actually is a team by Azaz. That's not full Worms. I believe it's like probably a Worms pug. Ooh, French Frauds also playing here. This is actually such a spicy AT, actually. This is absolutely insane. I wonder who Andreas is playing with, actually. Like, whoever Andreas is playing with is definitely pretty interesting. Team Copium, this is also going to be a very powerful roster here, I believe, actually. Fishing for Gizmos is going to be very, very strong indeed. And, of course, these Off-Dream versus the E-Girl roster here as well. Both very strong teams. This is going to be an incredibly competitive top 8. We'll try and kind of scope out some of these teams, who's playing on what team in the next round. But believe me, gamers, this tournament is going to be absolute fire, and it's going to be a very big mystery on who is actually going to win. I think current favorite, I would probably give it to Team Copium. But having said that, I'm not so sure, actually. As these players have actually spread out a lot, you know, normally Team Copium has Jeff on it. It has Andreas on it, and Sakiki, and Miaz, and Chunsu, and Synod, right? Well, maybe not Chunsu anymore, but definitely Synod. However, you know, maybe Andres is playing with French Frauds. We also have, of course, Jeff is now playing with this red team here as well. There's actually a lot of different players. A lot of spreading out is happening. So different things can happen, actually. Sokos also playing, one of the top players in the entire game. Sokos in the mix. So that's the end of that round. Let's move on to the next one. And let's take a look at some of these rosters. I want to go take a look at the French Frauds. Of course, the winner of the Hardstuck Conquest League Open Bracket. Very, very exciting indeed, my friends. We absolutely love to see that. We do. It's crazy content, crazy gaming. Andreas is simping. Okay, so Andreas is on Team Copium. So French Frauds is a different roster. Let's see what they're actually playing with then. Let's see what we got. Okay, GZ. Indeed, Floody in the chat playing with Ultranumb, another, again, potential contender for a top team. Ultranumb, relatively, they're kind of coming back to the game. They took a very, very long break. They were just kind of playing ranked and just memeing for a while. But now they're back in the mix. Now they're ready to blast. Now they're ready to pump. Definitely a team that will very quickly get to top level, I think. And here we go on the blue team, the French Frauds again. I love to see this team sticking together, actually. I really do. Very cool stuff, actually. Wait, Ilwin, isn't this a spree, actually? This is someone's alt account, isn't it? But I don't know who it is. I do not know who it is. But either way, a toxic fraud here on the Willbender. Kelsier on Harbinger, the goat fraud. Okay, spree. Yeah, we have a spree. Okay, Ilwin on the Tempest support here. The Sinister Fraud, Crypstick on the Spectre, and finally Fei on Harbinger. I think this game is not actually going to be that competitive, not going to lie, but this is definitely a top team to watch out for, actually 100%. They won the open bracket in Hardstuck Conquest League, and honestly, they performed extremely well, actually, even handling themselves quite nicely into some very high-level teams in the Invitation. Actually, this is definitely a team that, if they stick together, they have a huge amount of potential to actually start playing at a very high level in monthlies and in other community-organized events. It is probably going to be... blue team is very favored here. This is basically a pug, just like a monthly AT pug, so I think we will go ahead and take a look at some other games here. This will probably be close to a 500-0 in favor of blue. Let's see what Floody is doing. Let's take a look. Spree, aka the Big Worm. Worm's leader, of course, joining the French Frauds. And it is going to be full ultimate. And this is big, actually. Okay, this is going to seem like a very minor thing, but Kran is on Tempest here. Now, Kran has been playing Core Guard recently, but Kran is absolutely an Elementalist player. One of the best Tempest, if not the best Tempest in the game, actually, when it comes to support, actually. He's very, very well known for his gameplay on Tempest, actually. And the fact that Tempest actually is kind of basically in the meta now and has become stronger because of the way the meta shifted and some buffs to Tempest, this is actually really good for Ultranumb because, again, Kran's gameplay here is flawless. Giving him the his name on his Soul Beast, his Ranger, is flawless player. So Kran now here. Of course, we also have the remaining teams of Ultranumb. This is Ultra Scuffed still, as they're still getting back to their full power level. We have Ultranumb here, Floody, going to be playing the Harbinger. Gornet on another Harbinger. Kran on that Tempest. Capablanca on the Willbender. And Fly is going to be here on the Spectre on the Thief, as you might expect. There it is. Okay, spec him the whole game. Well, again, this is going to be, this is basically a pug team on red. They are going to have some pretty serious problems facing off against Ultranumb. So we're just going to go and scout out the teams in this round here. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's see Team Copium. Actually, let's see what those guys are up to. So let's go, wait, where are they actually? Did they get a bye? I know they didn't. There we go. Let's have a look. Alrighty then. So, again, this is going to be, again, a lot of these games are going to be, pretty one-sided, right? But here we have Team Copium. It's going to be Ultra Cope. We have Andreas on the Willbender. Riken on Spectre. We have, Jesus Christ. Okay, we have Johnny Depp Spare here. This is Miaz on Support Guardian, actually. We have Synod, I believe, on Amber Harb. Slightly topical humor. Are they actually going for the cosplay? Yeah, they kind of are, actually. Is this actually looking like Johnny Depp? Yeah, I see it. I definitely see the resemblance. There's a bit of cosplay there and some recent events going on right now. And finally, Sakiki on the Vindicator here, with the Alliance stance and Shiros here. This is another very top-tier roster. A lot of monthly AT winners here. Riken won monthly AT, Miaz, Synod, and of course Sakiki. Big monthly AT winners, 100%. Very, very high-level players, very top players. This is certainly a team that will be in contention for winning this tournament, actually. One of the top teams, I would say. And you'll certainly be seeing a lot more of this team later on, of course. Very one-sided game for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at Fishing for Gizmos. All right, here we go then. So here on the blue team, it's going to be Enigma on the Willbender, Kranox on Support Guardian. We have Arnas, actually, so a slight change in roster here, actually. We have Xeon and Zan coming up. So we have this Vindicator here for the side node role here. We have Xeon on Harbinger and Zan on Spectre. You know, where is Skelling, dude? Okay, where is Skelling? Skelling's like, yeah, Spectre is dog. I would never play Spectre. So far, every single top team, by the way, guys, has been playing Spectre. Just want to point that out, guys. Every single one of them. So I think this is kind of a bit of it's actually a very solid team, actually. We actually have the red team here, and it's going to be Azuz. It's going to be Digital Iona here. We have Zartak on the Harbinger. We have Needles. I believe Needles is, well, I think Needles is a Goku ult account, I think. Maybe. I believe it's another French ult, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Lisa here on the Support Guardian here. Here we go. Again, very one-sided. This is definitely a top team. I'd expect to see this team absolutely get to that top level here, 100%. Actually, I'm definitely expecting to see top 4 or top 8 from this roster. Not obviously full French Worms, right? It's not going to be like the same level as what French Worms are playing at, but still definitely a very strong roster. Like I said, guys, I'm just looking. Look, team after team, a lot of very competitive matches are certainly ahead of us right now, actually. No question about that. This team is also good. This is Ancient Contenders, I believe. Nico Ni. That's definitely a powerful team as well. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that one as well. That's kind of like the final really strong roster, I think, that we're going to be seeing here. And yeah, nearly 8 incredibly good teams, actually. Which is really cool to see, right? Isn't that really cool to see that we have 8 really powerful teams in the monthly? And, you know, of course, we don't have 55 and Worms, right? I know those guys are really fun to play, right? Everyone wants to see the Worms. Everyone wants to see that high-level gameplay, right? That's what everyone really enjoys. But I think what's really exciting about PvP is close, competitive matches. That's the content. That's what you want to see, right? Like, that's the energy, and that's exactly what we are going to be experiencing right now, actually, as it turns out. Because I think that even this game is actually very close. In fact, yeah, oh shit, we actually have another really powerful team on red as well. This is kind of the washed up, this is like washed up veterans, right? I believe was the name of these guys. It is going to be Kazar and Harbinger, Belsdar on Vindicator, Spineless Hero on the Support Guardian, MVP Rose, aka E-Brush on Willbender, and Constant on the Spectre here on the red team. So Spectre, a very popular pick. You know, a lot of people are saying, yeah, Spectre is trash. Spectre isn't good. You're not playing this build. Yeah, every team is playing Spectre. Skelling, where is my 300 gold, my dude? Where is that 300 gold? You bet me there will be no Spectre in finals. And look at, here we go. Spectre in every single game, okay? Hand over that gold. Pay up now, okay? There it is. Very, very nice indeed. I love to see it. All right, then. So this is actually a very close game, right? It's a very, very close game indeed. Red with 154 points, gaining a little bit actually on their opponents here. Of course, Ancient Contenders, team that also played in the Hardstuck Conquest League. Again, played really well actually. Managed to get a good chunk into the tournament there. And they certainly do typically play some slightly different builds. They like to play what they like to play, right? Because Packwax, he loves to play Mirage. Big Catalyst fan here from Nico Nia. But you have Maka here, Simon on the Harbinger, Ambra on the support Tempest. Big Ellie main, glad he can play the support, and he does end up going down there as well. This allows red team to really start taking over the map. There is top buff up right now as well. Constant trying to fight that. However, we actually have this Mirage here from Tupac. Wait, oh, it's full Signet as well. This is like the Duelist build actually here with Staff. Wait, with full Zerk as well. Yeah, this is actually something that Misha was playing a while ago. Actually, and now the Core Guard is locked here into the Mirage. It's pretty scary, I think. I don't think that the Core Guard can actually survive that long. The damage output will be a little bit too much over time from this Mirage. Certainly can troll for a good amount of time, though, which is obviously going to be quite nice for this. But honestly, the Mirage is probably super happy about the situation. They're keeping the Support Guard out of these fights, making it a lot easier for his team to actually take some of these encounters. Meanwhile, Belzar trying to hold this 1v2 is doing a good job of it as well. Let's think about Vindicator, right? Vindicator has very high evasion uptime, allowing it to very easily tank a lot of enemies at the same time by just keeping dodging, chaining together your blocks, your evasion. You've got this block on great, so you've got a block on stuff, you've got an evade on stuff, you've got your regular dodge roll, you've got your Shiro dodge, all that kind of stuff. You can refill your dodges, you've got an evasion here as well on your Alliance stance, right? There's actually so much invulnerability frames, so many iframes on this build, very hard to actually take it out. That's why it was such a popular pick in the tournament. Earlier on, actually, red team somehow managed to completely yoink the bottom buff. That is certainly a really nice win for them, that's for sure. Constant somehow managed to steal that. The Necromancer's not able to get over here in time. Maybe a bit of lag, actually. Oh, yeah, I think we're maybe experiencing some lag or just AFKing. I'm not sure entirely what's going on here. The player is now moving, but I think we may be experiencing a few technical difficulties there. Red team now going for the buff, not going to get it as Amber's able to intercept them. Maybe there could be some kind of knockback here to drive that Elementalist away. Spineless here now going for the cap, doesn't quite get it. That's actually surprisingly close, I think, but yeah, looks like this Tempest is going to remain just firmly plugged in over there, won't be able to give up that node. Now, blue team need to do something pretty quickly now. They've lost a lot of players, they've lost a lot of ground, that bottom buff really hurt them, but without that objective, they now need to make some moves to get back into this. They do get this cap here. Blue team grabbed that. That's a start, but they need a lot more than that. Now they're looking to try and get a fight here. They're still trying to fight over this top buff here, because I think red team, I think they know that if they get this, they basically win the game, because that will be a 4 cap for them, which will be way too many points to ever really catch up with in a realistic setting. So that's why this node is such a point of contention right now. This buff will double the point gain for whichever team captures it from nodes for, well, there's a funny story about that. It's supposed to be for 50 seconds or 25 ticks, but it's actually almost never that. It's one of the oldest bugs in the game, actually. Fun fact, guys, about stillness here. Sometimes you get 22 ticks of extra points. Sometimes you only get, sometimes you get 23, and sometimes you get 21, actually. But you never get 25, which is how many you're supposed to get. But that's just a useless fact about PvP there. Very, very old, very, very weird bug on this particular map. So there's an element of randomness. Well, it's actually, funny enough, not random either, but never mind. We'll talk about that later. In fact, we'll never talk about that, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's get into the mix right now. Let's go big. Okay, Kazar trying to kite away on the Harbinger, is able to evade quite nicely. Spineless Hero will be able to support. Red team still getting a good advantage here. They're over 100 points. And if they can just hold on to this, they're okay. However, blue is making a good resurgence here, actually. Catalyst pushing into the Vindicator. I'm not sure if that really goes anywhere. I think they're never going to end up on a non-neutral node. It's going to be pretty much infinite. Maybe the Catalyst can eventually break through. I think it does have more damage, as Belzar is playing like a very tanky build here. So, well, and he's Berserker, but he doesn't have any damage, right? Okay, Spineless here does go down here, and so will Kazar, actually. So blue team really making this comeback there. in this team fight. They can actually snowball and manage to get this buff. That will be absolutely massive. Ooh, this is a nice decap potential here by the Red Spectre, actually. We'll be able to just run past that Mirage and just try and neutralize this over here. There's no answer to that either right now. The Mirage kind of has to say and contest that buff. Is now moving to deal with the Spectre, but the Spectre will already be there. Meanwhile, Belzar is actually slowly dying. So this actually is going to be a 1v1 victory, I believe, eventually, or at least node capture in favor of the Cats. And there's the kill. Catalyst actually kills the Vindicator. Gets the Stomp as well. There it is. That is a really big comeback move right now for Blue. That is so massive, actually. If this Mirage can now contest into the Spectre, which he absolutely can, that is massive. Of course, it's a bit awkward for him with Inspiration, because what this means is that whenever he uses one of his signets, he will actually distort himself, which will actually kind of decap himself, which is not ideal. So he's got to be careful about using that to not actually concede the node to his opponent. But still, very big 1v1 win there, actually, by Nico Ni. And now this final fight. Ooh, but Amber does go down. They kind of want to res that. Ooh, but the cleave is huge, actually, on the Harbinger. Oh, that certainly was not ideal whatsoever. This Catalyst now has this very unenviable task of trying to hold this out here in this kind of 2v3 situation and tanking the majority of the damage so the Worldbender can continue to harass. There's now 4 players from red here. There is an Earth Shield available. Where is Amber? Amber is now going to be back in the mix. Ooh, but they might have to concede that buff. Looks like they are going to try and give it up. I think that might be a kill on this Catalyst. Oh, trying to hold on. Does get the dagger. No, doesn't get the dagger 5. Amber back. Is that going to be a glyph? It is a glyph. Blue team now really close to getting back into it. 3 minutes on the clock. Mirage and Spectre having this 1v1. Node actually held neutral by this Worldbender. Very nice hold here. Very good rotation here by Blue Worldbender to hold on to that. Blue will be in the lead in just a few moments if they can hold on to that one node. They should be able to. There's no one from Red really looking for it. Meanwhile, the Mirage is actually winning the 1v1. That is a massive 1v1 win there. And of course, you know, normally Thief counters Mesmer, but that actually isn't the case with Spectre. Spectre actually has a bit of a tough time into Mesmer because it has cast times, right? Which means that Mesmer can play really well into it with its instant cast abilities. Which, of course, shut it down, which is, you know, an interesting role reversal. However, red team did get this node. However, it's not good enough. Blue team did get themselves the lead. However, it's a kill could actually turn this game, and that kill might be about to happen here onto this Mirage. He's got one more leap that he can use to get away. Does manage to make it to Ambra. Can they now convert it into a kill on the Spineless here? Let's see if they can get that. There's another dodge available right now. That energy is still coming in clutch. Heal skill up on this Mirage in just a few seconds. Can he land it? Yes, he should be able to. There's the Distort. Will actually be able to survive quite nicely. Chains into another Distort. Big invulnerabilities coming out there. A dodge is now available in a few moments there as well. So it looks like this Mirage is out of the woods, at least for now, but blue team did get decapped there, and now red are back in the lead. Bottom buff being captured by red, but is this time intercepted here, but 2-buck score is so low, actually. Gets a leap, has some stealth, is in so much trouble right now. Needs to get reset, it needs to fully reset before getting back into this fight. But actually, is there an answer to this decap? Yes, there is. The Willbender has recognized this, and it is now moving over to actually try and contest this, but actually may not make it. Oh, it's so close. Oh, there's the port. Right at the last seconds, this node will be held firm in favor of red team. 8 points separate these two teams right now. Oh, but the Catalyst and the Willbender looking to get rid of Belzar might be able to do that. Actually, Belzar going to desperately try and hold on. Here comes the Harbinger. Actually, this will be a really decent 2v2. Very much able to hold this 2v2, at least for the time. But actually, I think blue might still have the edge here because they've got more damage. I think the Catalyst combined with that Willbender might be able to punch through, but no. Willbender going to go ahead and just leave this Catalyst 1v2. But actually, the Mirage did find the decap, actually. Oh, no, the Willbender, in fact, left and goes for a decap of his own. But actually, I believe this does put blue in the lead. Yeah, this is going to be a win situation for blue because they're going to get the cap first. There's the cap, and blue are going to get ahead off this. Meanwhile, if they just hold on to this 2v2, they win the game in 1 minute. Yeah, that was actually really nice for blue with that very sneaky backdoor here by the Mirage. Looks like red team actually planning on committing to bottom buff just to try and kind of get a cheeky break win here. But that's not going to work, I don't think. Ooh, there is a very low Harbinger here. They're onto Maka. Harbinger about to go down, does go down, but the Mirage is here. And I don't actually think there's a way out of this right now for the red team, unless the Mirage somehow like lets them get this cap for free, but that's never going to happen. That's no way going to work. And ooh, blue team even get the top buff too. Yeah, that is going to be the end of that. There is a decap coming through, but there's no node available. Although blue team is crumbling a little bit here, actually, as Nico is now in 1v2 situation there. Willbender trying to self-res, but I think the Catalyst can hold on for long enough. It's 30 seconds. Unless they can somehow get this kill on this Mirage and get the bottom buff, they still lose this game. They need to get the bottom buff now. I do not believe they have time for it, though. The Mirage has cooldown. Yeah, full signets are available. There's no way, actually. And the cooldown reset with Signet Evolution, it's literally impossible. It's game over. What an insane comeback, actually. What an absolutely insane comeback. WoW team with Ellie is leading. Unheard of. Oh, you're behind the times here. Elementalist is actually meta right now. Tempest support is the best support build in the game currently. All top teams will be playing Tempest. Well, not all of them, but the really, really tryhard teams will be playing Tempest. What a crazy game. Blue team just able to get a sick comeback after falling very far behind because of that tranquility cap. And there you go. Simple as that. Yeah, that was, this was huge. This was, yeah, the hard carry here was definitely Catalyst and Packwax here. Hard carrying that game. Really nice rotation there by the Mirage and some huge 1v1 from the Mirage 2 actually, but huge 1v1 from the Catalyst. And also even the, that 1v2 like holding. Playing Wizard Amulet with Rune of the Mirage, by the way. Interesting build. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one there. Oh, I don't think I can resist. I think I have to watch Fishing for Gizmos versus the French Frauds. That was a classic matchup in the open bracket of the Hardstuck Conquest League. It was narrowly won by the French Frauds with 3-2, actually. So let's see what's going to happen in a best-of-1 format in the monthly automated tournament. Let's go take a look at that. Team Copium into Azers. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, actually. Where is the Jeff team? Oh, into Skelling. Jeff into Skelling. How about that? Right, let's take a look at this one. On Forest. Tem is better than Korga. That's correct. Yeah, Tem is better than Korga in the current meta. Hell yeah. Very, very nice. First, don't play Mirage. Second, don't play Mesmer. Did Feifei not a Mesmer believer? Not a Mirage. Look, do you not see Packwax's insane gameplay there? Hard carrying there with his Mirage. How can you disrespect Mirage in this way? How could you do that? Pog build. But anyway, here on the red team, it's going to be the French Frauds. Slightly different roster, of course. This time there's no Andreas on the Will Bennett. It's going to be the Will Bennett coming through from my IQ is 9,061, the Toxic Fraud. The Goat Fraud on that Harbinger. We have Spree, a.k.a. the Big Worm, member of French Worms, on the Support Tempest. We have Cryptstick here on the Spectre. And finally, we have Feifei, the Estrogen Addict, on the Harbinger. Going up against Fishing for Gizmos. Then Nemesis in the open bracket. It is going to be Enigma on Willbender, Kranox on Support Guardian, going to be Wannabe Arnast on the Vindicator, Xeon on Harbinger, and Zan, Fisher Zononono on the Spectre. It's going to be a Power Spectre. No, it's going to be Con the Spectre, Zan. Zan's a big fan of the Power build, I believe, but this time it is going to be the Condition Damage build, and it's going to be that triple node push coming through from both teams, actually, so buckle up. This could be a bit of a long game. As when teams do this in the current meta, it can typically get very, very slow. Although, having said that, the Vindicating getting absolutely nuked by conditions, actually, with the Harbingers just completely destroying this blue team Vindicator. Must try and hold on, but I don't think they actually can. There gets that cleanse, but no, that is not enough. Harbinger and Spectre just completely tearing through the Vindicator's offensives, and red team get themselves a starting advantage there. However, they did end up leaving mid completely uncontested, and this does result in the blue team getting the first cap on the board there by grabbing the keep. And so far, it looks like the fight is going very much in the favor of blue team over here, actually, as the Fishing for Gizmos team nearly have eliminated the Harbinger. Okay, let's see if they can take that out. Here we go. Can that happen? No, some good holding right now. Some good kiting by the French Frauds. They're holding on at least for the time being, but there's a double cap. The 3v does go the way of blue team. Now we have this Vindicator Reese. One's going to go to mid to help hold there with Zan. Here we go. Arnus now moving in. We'll be able to port in there, and this should be a very easy hold for blue. So blue are in a good spot right now. I think they've actually got the best of this opener, despite losing this Harbinger, Vindicator rather, which was certainly not according to plan. They're definitely in a good spot to hold. And actually, they even get a kill onto the Goat Fraud over here. Is there a revival? Nah, not really. The Guardian already went to mid. Never mind, actually. I lied, as we have the Tempest, actually, from a Spree, able to get that revival, but definitely takes a lot of damage. Ends up going down there as well. As a result, that Enigma will be cleaving that out fairly shortly. Now pushing over to that Harbinger. That's a really big 2 kills here. That could land, and that is going to land. That's going to be a very, very easy kill there. A Spree may be looking to be annoying there. That will force Xeon back. I mean, Xeon wants to stay here anyway to watch for respawns. They're going to maybe try and bleed this out. I don't think we see a self-res here from a Spree. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense, I don't think. Mid was decapped, and Zan did end up going down there, but again, momentum definitely in favor right now of blue team. Spree is going for a self-res here. That is going to be noticed, though, by the Vindicator, I believe. Ooh, this is... Oh, no! Oh, no, this is actually really unfortunate. The Vindicator is going to notice this, but it will actually get the decap while in downstate. Decap Tempest. Vindicator, though, will plant himself down and get that capture back very quickly, but a full wipe on French Frauds, actually. Everything is dead here. Willbender is dead. We have Harbinger is dead here as well, and Fishing for Gizmos, they're performing well right now. You love to see that. You really, really do indeed. All right, there we go. And blue get that double cap again. Oh, I like this sneaky beast here as well from Enigma. I do like that. He's got to be careful not to get too pressured by it, though. Beast. Oh, oh my God. Holy shit. Enigma on 100. Oh, oh. Okay. Enigma nearly dead to the beast there. Does manage to break combat. That would have been incredibly bad if he downsighted there because he needs to get into this fight immediately. Is able now to do that. You got to watch out, guys. The beast hits hard, man. The beast hits hard as hell, actually, currently. It never had its damage nerfed alongside the players. CMC needs to look at that for sure. Meanwhile, the next fight will now commence over here. It should be a straight-up 4v4 currently. The Fishers did a great job in it last time. Cranox getting focused down very hard. Doesn't have any cooldowns. He's dead here. Like, there's no way he's surviving that. Not really revivable either, I believe. The Tempest will be able to disrupt that very, very hard. And just the pain train there. Like, the blue team is not really ready for that. I think maybe just not getting away from that beast quick enough there. The beast taking too much effort for Enigma to kill, and that will be a pretty nice kill picked up instantaneously. However, fishing for gizmos are in a very good spot right now, actually. Zan doing very well into his 1v1, actually. Into the French frauds. Should be able to actually get this kill. Does get the kill here. I think there's not much Shroud left over here. There's 18k, but Enigma is now back here alongside Krauts to get that kill. And that's going to be this cap here as well for fishing for gizmos. They've actually managed to hold on far. You can see the value that this Vindicator is bringing to the table here. Super annoying, actually, to deal with. Very, very bunkery. And if the Guardian could make it here to actually make this a 3v3, that would be absolutely huge. We are seeing, though, the Guardian moving towards middle there for the supports. This is going to leave Arnast and Xeon very, very alone for a good amount of time. Now he's moving over, and Cranox should be able to at least ensure this is going to be a neutral node, although looks like they're looking to maybe refocus and leave this leave the Vindicator in 1v2. Yeah, Feifei realizing that not the biggest brain idea to say there. Bit of a waste of time. It's going to take 10 years to kill that. Instead move over towards middle, but it might be a little bit too late, actually, as the Toxic Fraud already in trouble, already in the downstate. Big revive comes through from the Tempest on red. Is that going to be enough, though? That's the question. Gets the pull. Now they need to try and restabilize and reset this fight. They're going to try and turn it around onto Enigma. Decap does come through there. Spectre not there to answer, but fishing for gizmos with a really big advantage so far, actually. Taking their revenge on the French that they had a lot of difficulty facing in the tournament. And now we have Enigma going in there, leaping in, trying to find some DPS, trying to find some kills. Here we go. What's the target? Wants to try and pressure that Tempest a bit. Not going to happen yet. Ooh, Arnast, though, does get quickly spiked out there by the Willbender, and the Harbinger does go down. That's a little unfortunate. But fishing for gizmos, even though they lose that player, they can quickly just respawn, grab the henge, and they should be able to hold middle here. Bear in mind, it's quite difficult to get a proper stagger, a proper snowball going, because the meta is quite slow. Even though there's a crazy amount of damage, everything also has a crazy amount of sustain. And that does mean that I think fishing for gizmos, they won't lose any more players, so they can probably start to bunker this down a little bit. Krauts does need to be very, very careful. Double Harbinger is going to absolutely shred him if he's not careful. And this is kind of where your Tempest comes into play, right? With all that invulnerability and projectile reflection. That's where the Guardian can't compete. It just does not have the ability to survive. There's so much damage because a lot of projectile attacks there from the Harbinger. So Magnetic Surge, right? Your Swirling Winds, Earth Shield, Magnetic Aura if you're running Aftershock, right? All of that is just amazing for surviving those Harbingers. And Core Guardian just kind of gets bullied by these Harbingers so hard. All of that boon corruption just annihilates it. Honest can maybe get this revival there. No, I think that Gravity Well is going to deny it. Here comes the CC. Is there maybe going to be a knockback? No, there is not. And yeah, the Spectre able to secure that kill. However, again, fishing for gizmos, they've got themselves such a big point advantage. They can afford to not actually be winning all these fights around. They need to, definitely need to step up now and not lose any more fights. But as long as they can just keep it relatively stable, they are going to win the game. They've got double the points of their opponents with 8 minutes left, so it's not going to be a timer game. It is going to be a case of one team getting to enough points to actually end up winning there. Ooh, this is a nice move here, because now Arnast is in a lot of trouble. Has to concede that node almost immediately, and actually the Fishers are starting to crumble a bit here. The French are now recovering. They're going to go for a regroup on middle, but I think Arnast is in trouble here as well. Does get some good healing. Disengages a lot earlier than in the fight he had at the start of the game there when he ended up dying. Manages to get on the node and contest. Meanwhile, Zan grabs the middle node. This is pretty good. He should be able to full cap that and be able to hold it into the Harbinger for a good amount of time. Xeon now respawning, but eventually there will need to be a bit of a response. Oh, nice immobilize there to actually guarantee that cap. There it is. Zan gets that. Let's see if he takes the 1v1. He might just go for the decap, actually. Looks like he is going to do exactly that and move over here to neutralize some points and slow the opponent down there. But yeah, Fishers now need to win this fight. This is the big one. Vindicator pushing to far, so there's actually going to be a slight outnumber against the Fishers on their own home node. So they're actually not looking to win this fight. They're looking to try and play the map a little bit. But ooh, Enigma does get caught, actually. The French are really coming back now. Will that signet land? It does, but there's poison, and that denies it. Hand res, but there's actually so much damage here. I don't think that's happening. No, that is definitely not happening. Xeon was maybe not there. You had no elite elixir. Couldn't really go for that, unfortunately. And yeah, this is getting a little spooky right now for Fishing for Gizmos. If they lose another player, Cranox is going to go down. Yes, he absolutely is. So no support on the map currently. This Vindicator definitely annoying, I think, for the red team, though, because that will be very hard to get rid of. I don't think the Harbinger can solo kill that. And the Thief is just 1v1ing here on middle. And Zan even actually winning this 1v1, doing a very good job here on that condition build. Nearly getting the job done here. Zan backing off a little bit, but Xeon about to go down here as well. Has the elite elixir, but only has 3,000 health. I don't think that's going to be enough to let himself know that is the end of that. It's another kill. The French are really coming back. Fishing for Gizmos, they need to step up now. They've really got to relax. They are starting to throw this game, actually. We see just a string of kills and some solid map control coming out from red. One node does win them the game. Bear that in mind. If this does go to a timer game, right? 6 minutes, they'll have more points than their opponents. Enigma here trying to get a massive cleave off onto the red team, but they are outnumbered here. It's going to be hard to win this fight. As long as red don't feed, they will eventually resustain. They're really pushing this 2v3, but it's not really going to work. Here you can see that they've run out of cooldowns, and now this is actually really bad, and all of a sudden Enigma has to leave at this stage. Cranox moving in to help out with the support, but red team creeping back into the victory here. They do not want to go down so easily. Yeah, they should be able to secure the keep here. They've got a Necromancer, Harbinger placing it on the henge, and that this kind of win state is going to accelerate very quickly for the French frauds. There it is. There's the cap, and they don't really care about this, right? This Vindicator is annoying, sure, but they can leave the Harbinger there forever. As long as they can just control the rest of the map, they are in business. Enigma might be able to decap it. Ooh, yeah, Toxivar didn't quite make it onto the node to contest there. That's very nice fishing for Gizmos. Slowing the game down a little bit more. A lot of pressure right now onto Feifei here as well, on the red Harbinger. Now moves in. Tempest, of course, available. Blue team, though. I don't think they're going to be able to get this node. No, they aren't. Red team make it. They get that contest. Meanwhile, Thieves still 1v1ing. If Zan could win that, that would be very, very juicy. He wants to. He's going to try and push into it and at least force the decap. He's a little low right now, but now we'll resume this 1v1. Let's see if he can make that work. There's the gravity well. Should be able to connect some very heavy damage onto his opponent during all of this. But the Shroud from the Red Spectre absorbs almost all of it. Blue team do get themselves the henge, but Cranox ends up dying, and French frauds are going to get it back again. As no support means that fight is no longer really playable for the Fishing for Gizmos team. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like the French have really activated here, guys. They have absolutely gone psycho. They've gone crazy. And they've recovered. They had a very rough start into their opponents, but now they've completely restabilized. They've figured out some kind of plan. They've regrouped. They rebuilt their mentality, and they are absolutely dominating this game. They haven't lost a player in such a long time, though, actually. Also, Souls and Cinder in the chat. How you guys doing? But yeah, that is that, I'm afraid. French frauds, they're almost certainly going to win this game now, as this 1v1 is totally stagnant. There's a kill against blue team, and red are in a very good position to continue to hold, as long as the Spectre here just plays it safe. In his hand, doesn't die, tries to hold that node. There's not really much of a win condition for Fishing for Gizmos anymore. Like, they have to win this fight, and they're just having trouble. And Xeon's down again! Oh, I mean, I don't want to say it, guys. Like, this is a little harsh to accuse it, but I feel a little bit of tilt, maybe, on Fishing for Gizmos. There's just a few uncharacteristic mistakes here. They're playing very aggressively, maybe a little too aggressively. They do manage to get themselves a kill onto the Red Harbinger, but may well get revived up here by the Glyph. Here it comes. Will it land? And it does land as well, so this fight will then simply resume. I think the Tempest is really working out well here, shutting down the damage from Fishing for Gizmos, and that just infinite sustain is so very nice. I think Esprit is doing a very good job here with the sustain. The Guardian not really able to handle these Harbingers, right? The Guardian can't survive this. Now, they do actually manage to win this fight, but is it a little bit too late? I fear that it may well be. 3 minutes left, and they only get one kill. Notice the French frauds are already looking to disengage. Sinister Fraud is being annoying, being irritating, just running around in circles, stalling this map out there, while the rest of the French frauds are already retreated back towards the keep, which is the only node they really need to win at this point, right? If they can just hold on to this, they will auto-win the game, because the best that blue team can do, at least for now, is going to be a double cap, right? They can't really get a triple cap very effectively, or even a double cap, to be frank, because of this infinite 1v1 going on. Any fight with this Vindicator in it is just going to be so slow that it won't be fast enough for blue team to actually win. And already Xeon finds himself in a bit of a tough spot here in this 1v2. Blue team not responding very well here. That this Spectre has been 1v2ing them for way too long, and this means that this Harbinger is already nearly dead. Looks like this Spectre may end up almost dying, and will actually completely die, in fact, there, to Enigma getting that kill. So maybe there's a bit of hope if we see like a massive snowball, but it's definitely getting to the point where it's hard to win for Fishing for Gizmos. They need a lot more here. Xeon in trouble, does have his heal skill. There's the heal skill. There's the kiting. Here we go. There it is. And Xeon definitely taking a bit of a beating right now. There's the beatdown. Getting supported very well by Cranox. Decap will now emerge here, I believe. They do have the advantage here. Red team do have the lead. And we have the Tempest going down. There's the Tempest dead. Fei in a bit of trouble, of course. 1v3 now. But this Thief, oh, this is so frustrating, actually. Zan is going to move for it, but he will get neutralized here. And that is the kind of point that they don't want. I almost feel like they're forced to go for Cap and then double Beast, or at least one Beast. I think that's pretty much the only way Blue can win. There we go. The Harbinger does eventually die. But they need more than this. They need to yeah, there's no way. Like, the respawns are already here. And, of course, they're going to have to try and support this. Cranox will have to defend the Vindicator to prevent any kind of full cap here for red, as of course the full red team respawns come in. But I think it has to be Beast. Yeah, yeah, no, single cap isn't good enough. It's only 80 seconds, 40 points. Yeah, they need a Beast and a single cap. Double cap would be enough if they can hold this neutral. So if they can actually get this cap over here and hold it neutral, they're okay. But that's going to be extremely difficult to do. Ooh, Toxic Fraud, though, actually goes downstate. Is there a Stab Stomp here? I think there's a glyph. There is a glyph. Very nice glyph there from a Spree. It's the Water Glyph, too. There's the full heal. If Fishing for Gizmo's now got the double cap and maybe get a Beast, that could be huge. Sinister Fraud trying to hold the 1v2, but I think the cap is going to come through. Oh, no, but here's the neutralization. Fei with the Galaxy Blade rotation moves over there, gets the decap, and yeah, the 3-3, that very nice revive there from a Spree is going to lock in this victory. And Zan does manage to make the contest just barely, but that is not enough, I'm afraid. Enigma is going to end up dying there. There will be a cap secured. Maybe the Vindicator can hold on, but it has to be a Beast here. Oh, it's going to be really, really scuffed. 25 points. It's going to get ridiculously close. Spectre moving in and might be able to steal this as well. Of course, the Spectre is like very high spike, poison, and torment damage, which may end up pushing the Beast against the blue team. Would Beast actually win the game? No, not anymore it wouldn't, because that cap has come through. It would have to be a double Beast, and red team actually steal it. The Spectre able to yoink it. That is the final nail in the coffin. Zan looking for the Beast, but couldn't get it. If maybe they got that Beast and then Zan had got this one, they would have won the game, actually, but unfortunately, that is not going to happen. The opposite happens. And Fishing for Gizmos, they look like they had that. They really had that in their hand there with a huge advantage over their opponents, but not quite enough, I'm afraid. Really not quite enough. That is going to be the end of that and the end of the round. Oh, dude, poor old Skelling, man. They're having such a tough series of games. I think they played into Team Copium. Now they're playing into Off Dream, literally the next game. That's tough. Oh, let's see Floody versus Team Copium. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's do this. I think Beast is a good mechanic within a bad mechanic as well. I think Beast is really good because it really stresses your decision-making on when to go for a Beast. Can it lead to really frustrating situations? Yes. I think when a game comes down to a Beast, and it's like whoever tags it, whoever actually gets the kill, I do think that is a little bit lame. I think that is very unfun. It's fun to watch, right? It's really exciting for us. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? But that feels so bad because it can essentially come down to RNG, right? It's very random. Like maybe you can seal it with like a power spike, but it's very... It's a little messy when you really get right down to it, unfortunately. But it is a very, very exciting mechanic overall from our perspective. And again, I think, it really has some... It really stresses your decision-making. Really decision-making. Timing your burst, right? Yeah, but everyone's going to be trying to do that, right? Like, everyone's going to try and time their burst, right? Like, that's the thing, right? And yeah, Condi obviously makes it like Giga RNG. Alrighty then. Who times it best wins? No RNG? Nah. I think that's... Nah. I don't think so. I think, technically speaking, yes. But I don't think that... I think it's basically luck who times it best, to be honest. It's not very... I don't think it's very skillful, to be honest. It's very... Actually, no, they tickle at the same time, actually. That's why it gets super weird there, right? But anyway, here we go. On the red team, it's going to be Sakiki on Vindicator. It's going to be Synod on Harbinger, Amber Harb. We have Miaz on Support Guardian here. We have Andreas Ultracope on the Willbender. And Riken, okay, with the random letters, playing on the Red Spectre. And on the blue team, it's a bit of a fan favorite, actually. It's going to be Ultranumb, a.k.a. Ultra Scuffed. Floody playing Harbinger. Gornet playing another Harbinger. Cran on Tempest. Cowablanca going with the Willbender. And Fly on the Spectre here. Going to be the condition with Scepter Dagger. A lot of condition Spectres are actually playing with Scepter Pistol now, actually, for the beam. But Fly still going with the Dagger. Cowablanca taking heavy damage. Does get that massive quickness output there from that Harbinger. Cran going with the Aftershock too. Some players are playing Mistform, but it's Aftershock right now for Cran. On the support Tempest. And Blue get the early lead by grabbing this middle node there. Getting that 3-node push, of course. Spectre into Vindicator is pretty stable here, but Cowablanca is the one in trouble right now. Can he get his F2 off? Yes, he absolutely can. Can he get a bit more healing? He's got his heal in 1 second. And actually, they turn it around. They get the kill onto Andreas. There it is. Ultranumb showing they're getting back into the game, of course. They have taken a bit of a break, but they are now back and ready to rumble. They are ready to blast. Ooh, the Collies might just barely actually kill Cowablanca. 13 HP. Oh! Never mind, it's actually a very weird bug. Sometimes colonies will tick after they've expired, like that, for example. And he took 30 damage after the colony had basically expired, and he died in hell. But there you go. He was, of course, able to be revived immediately. Now looking for another kill onto the Harbinger of the red team. Might get it, and does get it immediately. Bit of an aggressive push here from that red Harbinger. Getting into the mix there, and does end up going down. Say, is that really reliable? I don't really think so, actually. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Meanwhile, Cran and Fly doing a really good job of just bunkering down this node and holding on. The Vindicator was able to get the windmill. I will now move over towards middle, but so it looks like this fight is going to be centralized around the mansion, but Red are already going to start leaving away from that because they are a bit outnumbered on map right now. They don't have their second, they don't have their Harbinger whatsoever. So without that, they can't really fight. There's no backup one. It's not like a kidney, I'm afraid. A lot of teams are running the kidney Harbinger setup where you've got 2 of them, but this time, only 1 for Red. And that's what we are seeing a lot of the time. We're seeing the Vindicator get dropped and just having another Harbinger. Certainly a very powerful team fighting in 2v2 setup there, and there it is. Ultra Cope is going to go down there. Immediate evisceration onto that gamer. Does go into the downside there. Now we have an additional... meme. More damage coming through here. Spectre able to get out there, though, very easily. And now Ultranumb looking to go for a full push. They're just going to 5v5 it. Yeah, here we go. They feel like they've got the tempo advantage. There is a respawn now coming through. Here comes the Willbender from the red team. But again, Spectre from Red already very, very pressured. If this goes down so early on this fight, then Red will have to concede it and go somewhere else. Gornet pushes very aggressively. Does that get punished? No, it doesn't. They now have the kill. Is there a Signet? Where's the Signet? It is going to land. It does now connect as well. There's the revival. That's big. But Red now need to stabilize this fight, and it's not going super well. Gornet very, very low. Needs to get peeled up. There's the Elite Elixir. Extremely low, though. Where's Cran? Cran is there. He's bringing the healing, but the colonies might actually take him out here, just barely. Gornet is going to go down. Precast the revive. Does he land it? Yes, he does. Both revives now have been used. Ooh, and Red... Oh, that's a massive vital draw there. Huge gravity well there coming up from the Harbinger. And yes, the fight does go against the red team here. And Team Copium having a lot of trouble. I've got to say, Ultranumb, damn, you know, it really is, okay? It really is like riding a bike, guys. You know, Ultranumb, I think in a lot of in like the last monthly automated tournament and some of the, even the Hardstuck Conquest League, they absolutely had a bit of trouble competing at top level. But this is absolutely very clearly demonstrating that they are looking to get back. They want to get back to this. I think maybe the switch away from the Mechanist, I think definitely helped because Flay was trying to play Mech. I don't think that really worked out super well. Mech has been nerfed so hard, it's a bit garbage now, to be honest. As it should be. But anyway, ooh, Amber Harb getting caught here a little bit, and Ultranumb just completely dominating this game, actually. That is the end of that. Harbinger eliminated, and Red Team, again, just pushed so far all over the map. And they're getting bullied really hard because their respawn is not going to be able to push to the mansion very, very quickly, and it's going to get bled out as well. I mean, this is pretty much a catastrophe for the Red Team right now. I don't really see much of a way out of this for them at stage. They are really far behind. That might actually be the cheekiest revive ever. No, not quite in time, I'm afraid. That is not going to come through. So that is going to be GG. Unfortunately, for that gamer. Fly a little bit pressured, might get Willbender to death here. Has some Shroud, but nope, not quite able to get there in time. The hand res should be good, though, from Crown. Yep, there we go. And Red gonna try and go for a regroup here, but this is it. Like, they have to win now. Like, in my mind, this is the last fight. Like, if Ultranumb are able to win another team fight, which, again, is the forte of Ultranumb. They love their team fights. If they can win this fight again, then this game is over. I do like this sneaky kind of far push here from the Vindicator. Looks like the Harbinger will have to respond to that and probably hold that neutral for basically the rest of the game. But if this fight goes against Red, then this game ends. I think the lead will be so insurmountable at this point that there will be no real recovery point. So this is it. Here we go. Looks like that target's going to be that Willbender. Here we go. Let's make this happen. Here it is. Let's get some damage. Oh, they switched to the Harbinger. Nice target swap there by Ultranumb. Amber Harb, though, disengaging quite nicely. But this Willbender from Red so pressured right now. Actually, they're really having difficulty to fight this. And I think Blue taking a lead. Really nice CC and a great retarget on the Casablanca, but renewed focus is available. Where are the supports? The supports actually do have both. They do have both of their revives, so I think both of them will have one extra life, unless it can be interrupted, of course. Cran bringing the support. They're now going to turn it around. Ooh, they want to take out the core guy, and that would, of course, eliminate the revival utility in one fell swoop. Let's see if they can make that happen, but the counter pressure is very, very high, actually, coming out from the red team. Oh, Casablanca trying to hold on there, getting very heavily pressured, running low on cooldowns and so, but they do get the kill on the corner. Can they now cleave it out, though? It's going to be difficult. There's the cleave. Yep, there it is. They got it. Great evasion there and kiting there from Casablanca, and of course, counter pressure there from Gauntlet to finish off the job. And I think this should end up being very favorable towards Ultranumb. They're going to have to deal with that respawn soon. A lot of the damage is still left over from the red team. Core Guard is now back. Node held neutral over here. Vindicator is winning the 1v1, which is very nice. And there it is. That's a good win by Sakiki to take out that Harbinger. Very, very good. But the Spectre will be able to grab this full cap over here in favor of Blue. Fight now rotating over towards middle here. But I believe Gauntlet and Cran should be able to hold on to this, particularly with the Willbender. It's being annoying and running around in circles over here. So yeah, Blue team still have a map advantage despite that unfortunate 1v1. I think at this stage we just see Floody rotate into the team fight, not bother with the 1v1, and just push the team fight. Force the 5v. Oh, an 11k Whirling Wrath into the interrupt. There's a very nice interrupt there by Gauntlet to deny that Rover. I think that truly is the end of the game. There's the second kill. Support goes down. Spectre goes down. Floody is actually going to push this 1v1 perhaps, actually, and just try to be annoying. Nah, he's not. He's not going to waste his time. He's going to go away there because he knows he can't decap, so no real point whatsoever. We're going to simply buffer this Harbinger and look for his next fight over here. Respawns from Red now coming through, but I think it's a little bit too late now. Yeah, they're getting pinned in their spawn here. The pressure from Blue will continue, and I mean, look at the time, right? Look at the score. 380 to 110, and Amber Harb just gets caught immediately and just gets spiked out. That is it. That is game over. There's no Signet available. Bear that in mind, guys. Well, actually, there is, but I think that is going to be a GG call. Yeah, I think this is basically going to be a GG call. Maybe they go for one last push, but I think it is going to be futile. Support gun will now drop down and try to hold on here and try to heal these gamers, but yeah, I'm not seeing it, to be honest. I'm really not seeing this whatsoever for the Blue team. That is going to be the end of this game. It really, really is. Okay, red team moving away. Vindicator trying to find some value, but it's not really going to be found anywhere, I'm afraid. This game ends. Let's go take a look at another roster. Let's see what we've got elsewhere. Off-Dream able to take out Skelling. Fishing for Gizmos actually having a really intense match versus... Oh, wow, actually, no mind, not an intense game there. Dude, Fishing for Gizmos are on fire, actually, this game. This is a very powerful team with Azaz, Ione here, Zartak, Goku, I think, and then Lisa. This is like a really powerful roster, but Red Team just absolutely crush. They absolutely destroy here. And that is the end of that. Wow. Fishing for Gizmos, I mean, if they can fight, I mean, there's almost got to be a certain, like, mental block going on here. A mental block, maybe, against that team, against the French frauds there, because French frauds just going crazy. Wow, French frauds, though, they are absolutely crushing. This is actually impressive. This is a very powerful roster again here. We actually, who is the Ego, guys? I actually don't know who this individual actually is. But anyway, Seacod. Then we have Azadome with Karina and Roach God X, aka Jeff. They're actually having their asses beaten right now by French frauds. 458 to 156. That is a very strong performance here from a relatively new roster that is, non-monthly AT winners outside of Esprit, of course. And they've really gone hard with us. I hope this team sits together because this is very, very impressive indeed. Very impressive gameplay here from our red team, and they're going to be winning this game very, very shortly. We actually do have a close game going on. It might actually be a pretty chill level game, but honestly, I like that. Okay, what have we got here on red team? It's going to be, okay, Aniko on the Daredevil, Brenwan on the Willbender, Karina Skull Rager on Harbinger, okay, Esmerna Guardiana here on the Core Guard. It was now not moving. Guys, this is not the time to AFK. Core Guard, this is not the fucking time, my dude. Figures out where to go, gets that cap. Red team now getting the double cap here. I like that. We have Mechanist here from GED. Blue team on Harbinger. But look, What Red needs to do something about this. They're going to maybe try and sit on 2 nodes. They get the Thief, capping that up. There it is. Now they try and hold mid. I actually like that gameplay. The Harbinger did go and feed on far, which is not ideal, but they now have that double cap. Treb coming through over here from Razyord. Hard Trebuchet gameplay. Very big Treb content. Will it land a hit? Will it connect? It does not hit. Red team will have their Harbinger backs, and they have a double cap. This wins in the game. Ooh, no hit. Dude, the Treb is being counterplayed very nicely. Ooh, that Dragon under trap. They're really bringing the pain onto the Willbender. No hits connecting so far. Red team, though, a little bit worried if I love this decap here. I'd love to see a full cap. Yes. Oh, this is so good. That's absolutely massive for Red. I love this from this Thief. Ooh, the mech. Oh, no. I do not like this. This is a big choke. Flamethrower Condi mech. I don't like that at all. Should have gone close to contest there. If he'd been here alongside this Core Garden, that would have been absolutely massive, I think. Oh, no Signet on support guard. That is an interesting play. Blue team does end up losing this fight, though. Wow, the Willbender and the Harbinger completely destroy their opponents. But yeah, they do end up giving up a good amount of the map. No. Oh, my God. Look. Dude, he's fucking auto-attacking the Treb to death. No. Oh, my God. That is... Oh, God, no. It's taking so long. He's throwing the game. Why? Oh, that is very unfortunate. The mech kind of trolling there, not gonna lie. Leaving the team 4v5 for a very long time. Karina trying to get here. It's a 1v2. Can't really take that fight super well, to be honest. That's not going to work. Red are going to get themselves this cap over here. Thief being really annoying. They can hold on to mid, but no, they're going to concede mid. There's no one to hold it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. No, they're not going to make it. And I think Blue might just barely snag this game. And if Red can win another fight, then they will win. But the mech is already dying. The mech is about to die. And Blue team... I think might have this in the bag. There's no Signet from this support guard as well. Ooh, having said that, maybe there's some revival potential here. Actually, they're going to go for it. Here comes the mech. There will be a knockback. The knockback lands. This should be a free res now. But the rest of the Red team is like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I don't like reviving. Oh, big knockback. Oh, dude, Red team feeds really hard. Dragon Hunter goes down, but I don't think it's enough to... Oh, the hold. They've got to hold the other blade. There's the Guardian symbol. Oh, my God, it's so close, but the rally comes through, and Red team completely collapses. Oh, that's it. A full wipeout here. The Thief is kind of helplessly looking onwards, trying to go for the decap, doing their absolute best, but no, it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. Decap will happen, but of course, Blue team able to surge. There's no Red players left over. The full feed has commenced, and that is the end of that. Yeah, and all of that actually came down to this mech going Treb. If the mech hadn't gone Treb, I actually think Red wins this game. That was probably the defining mistake. Because they spent like over a minute killing the Trebuchet, and their team was like 4v5 for like over a minute, I think. And that kind of decision-making gets punished really hard. It got absolutely destroyed, like hard punished, as you can see. And well, yeah, that is, that's basically the end of that, right? That is the end of that. GG. That might be the last game, actually. Is it the last game? Well, there's another one oh, wait, is there another one going on somewhere? Oh, there is, actually. Let's have a look. Is Red team winning? Holy shit, Red team is actually making a comeback here. Ooh, what is this? What do we have here, actually? So Red now has the double cap. Blue team just lost 2 players. Held the Zeit and Plasma. Now back. But there is it's going to be a triple cap, actually. Mansion being contested here by the Red team. This is a bit of a scary spot. What is this 1v1? This is actually going to be Untamed into a Willbender. Oh, that's very close, actually. It could go either way. Ooh, and the Untamed actually wins. That's really big. I think this actually goes to a Red team win. It does. Oh, no. Blue team runs in and feeds. They don't go for the regroup. It can be really sweaty here, but they don't regroup. They immediately feed in. Willbender. Yeah, it's GG. I curse Blue. Blue is now completely thrown this game. It's game over. All this Mesmer has to do is just not feed pretty much. Well, I mean, he did immediately feed. A little bit unfortunate. But we'll contest for a little while longer. I actually really don't like this push. I do not like this. We'll try and troll here on the Harbinger, but I don't... This is probably one of the only ways they could actually throw this game. I do not like this at all. Has now realized that that is indeed throwing the game, but probably still dies anyway. Does get stealth up, but goes out of the Shadow Refuge because that skill is weird, and does end up dying. Thief is now here. Conley Thief moves in. Will have to be answered by this Soul Beast here. Blue looking for the decap. Won't be able to really get it, though, I don't think. Nah, too many players here. And red should auto-win. How did Flavor's team come? We go. Floody crushed, actually. Ultranumb, well, it was 500 to 100, approximately. A very, very strongly favored game towards them. And the kill is going to end that game. Daigle Dragonborn with the Virtuoso holds on and nearly decaps himself. But you know what? I like that. I like that he's giving the opponents a sporting chance there. GG has been called, and there we go. There's still another game going, apparently. Wait, this game? No, we already did that one. We did that one. Oh, hang on, guys. This is a massive game. Red team trying to get his Sokos, Core Necro, Laurent Junior here, Elysia, and Hawk Rider, and wait, who is this? Definitely not support. Wait, I know this guy, actually. Going up against the blue team here. Blue team, they'll get that kill. They're going to get a decap here. Can this Mesmer get here in time? I believe they actually get... Stay on the node! No! Okay, this guy's still on the node. That's good. That's big. But there's a lot of blue team players moving in. Here they come. There's no renewed focus here for this guy, and that is going to be a kill. There's the kill. Sokos gets the cap. Blue team, though, all they need is one node. Can this support gun get here to try and bunker this down? There's so many players from blue. I don't think they can. They are going to end up losing middle, though, so red has some hope here. But I think they've got to rotate some of this. I think Sokos needs to go to help this fight. He needs to get in here. The support guard is juicing. It's going to be annoying, and actually will be able to hold, but someone's got to help the support guards. Like, it needs to be someone rotating it. Oh, this Sokos, like, AFK on node while his teammates die. Sokos now is going to make the rotation, but it's a little bit late. Dude, the Mesmer actually is wait, what? Dude, Sokos is like, let someone run past. However, the mech is now fully enabled. I like that. If he can somehow bunker down and hold this 1v2 and they force this deke and hold this neutral, red team will win the game. Oh, the support guard died. That's really bad, actually. But the Willbender is still available. If they can somehow hold this. The Willbender needs to actually basically tank this while the Necromancer basically holds the node. Oh, and Sokos is here now. Here comes the Mesmer. They give it the node, though, there. And actually, there's a kill coming through over there onto Hawk Rider. Oh, blue team going to get middle hit. Oh, dude, it's going to be so close. Wait, oh my god! Dude, what the fuck? Sokos is carrying so hard. Dude, look at this. And then the rally. Oh, my god. Red team wins, maybe. If they get these kills, they've got to get these kills. And they decap. Oh my god, red team's going to win this game. Oh, no. This guy's still here. Oh, blue just has to contest a bit longer. Kills are relevant here. They need decap mid. Oh, no, it's support guard. He can't. No, it's support guard 1v1. They can't decap in time. Oh, no. Sokos can't kill us. No, there's no way. It's too tanky. The Harbinger is too much damage. They're actually winning the 2v3. Blue team winning a 2v3 as well. Oh, and they get the job done. I thought there was a decap. I thought the support guard left. I thought he left over there. But he didn't. The support guard was very smart there on blue team. He stayed on middle and 1v1'd and held the cap. That was big brain. Big brain. Huge gaming right there. You love to see that. Now, that really is the end. What an intense match. What an intense match of PvP that was. Alrighty then. Ha! We've got another really big one here, actually. Floody Ultranumb into the French Frauds. That's definitely going to be the game of choice here on the Skyhammer. Let's get into it. Let's get on into it. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Let's check out this content here, guys. Let's check out the memes. So then. Check the Copium one too. I mean, Copium's what's Copium into? The Eagle. That I don't know. I think that won't be that close, actually, to be honest. Oh, maybe it will actually. I think Team Copium should be pretty favored there, I think. But we'll keep an eye on it. We will keep an eye on it. Alrighty then. So on the red team, it's the French Frauds. Absolutely crushing Team Roach. Made by Jeff here on EU. We have Kelsey, Harbinger, Toxic Fraud, Willbender, Esprit, the Big Worm, Support Guard, actually. Maybe not as confident on the Support Guard as on the Tempest as he is on the Support Guard. We have the Sinister Fraud, Spectre, and Feifei, rounding it out on another Harbinger. The blue team, it's going to be the basically same setup, except without the Tempest, with the Core Guardian instead. Oh, sorry, with the Tempest, right? As instead of the Core Guardian, we have Cal Blanca on Willbender, Fly on Spectre, Gauntlet, and Floody on Harbingers. We have Well of Corruption from Gauntlet, and Floody going with his CPC and the Worm. I think that you can kind of, it looks like Floody going to be leaning more towards the Jewels here, I think. Perhaps, and then Gornick like really focusing on the team fight with the Well of Corruption and the Corrosive Poison card. Although having said that, the exact opposite is happening right now, as it's going to be Floody pushing into the fight, or maybe they wanted to push Floody to far. Actually, that may be what's happening here again. See the Stealth Blast, and let's see if Floody's going to go for that far node. Looks like the answer to that is no. He's going to basically stay on mid. Not going to be a 3-node push from Ultranumb. There is from the French frauds. We actually have the Fei moving over here to get into the next. Going to start 1v1ing into Gornet over here. So it's going to be Harbinger 1v1. The main team fight will now start to brew here on the middle. And so far, Ultranumb playing very aggressive. Of course, they have a numbers advantage here because they have opted to not go for the far node. So they do have a bit of an initial advantage in terms of pushing that fight over there. But red team get the node a little bit earlier. And in fact, we immediately have a plus from Fly trying to get rid of Estrogen Addict here on the Red Harbinger. Does get a kite off with a very nice Fear to disengage away from that. So looks like Red Harbinger not dying anytime soon here. And this 2v2 is actually a complete mirror. Probably be pretty slow. And Red actually get themselves a bit of an advantage as they immediately are able to kill Kran, actually, and now they can start pushing the rest of the map there. So Kran goes down here, and now Red's surging over. Calablanca in a little bit of trouble here. Is Calablanca going to go down? Stay here. Does have that renewed focus. Gornet a little bit low as well. Of course, there's no support right now as Kran is now just back into the mix. Here he comes. So French Wars, I think, will have a bit of a tempo advantage in this fight. Will now start moving in to try and heal up Calablanca as much as he possibly can. Here we go. Kran now pushing in. Gornet in a lot of trouble. Gets that big wash the pain away. There's the heal. Glyph, of course, at the ready here for our Blue Tempest. Oh, it's starting to turn a little bit now. Red Harbinger in trouble. There's the cleave. Is there a revive Signet? Good interrupt there, though, by Flight into the Tornado. This will make it almost impossible to revive this, I think. So this should end up being a confirmed kill. Great rebound. Slight overextension, perhaps, here by the French ones. Ooh, very nice Fear. That's going to get this Spectre here. Although, yeah, that was really juicy there from the blue team. Fearing him off the kite spot, so he has to now try to somehow disengage this direction. But that's going to be very hard to do. Does manage to get himself a port. And, yeah, using that Spectre mobility, he's able to disengage very quickly. Very nicely played here by the red team. Very good. Very good indeed. Ooh, I don't think Spectre, it's weird. I can't really see Shroud properly, guys, because it's bugged basically on Spectator UI. So does now go in the Shroud, but very low. Showers to try and survive, but doesn't quite get it. Gets the Cope Elixir to survive there with that Elite Elixir providing all boons for a short duration, making someone very durable indeed. And blue team, they definitely get a bit of a counter shove there. Harbinger 1v1 over here. Looks like Red Harbinger actually a little bit ahead so far. Forces a lot of stun breaks there from the Blue Harbinger. Will now start to take over that node. Starts contesting it. Point advantage still goes towards Red. However, this team fight here on middle, this is looking very nice right now for Ultranumb. Here comes the DPS. They're looking for that target. Looks like they want to maybe eliminate a Harbinger. Potentially the Core Guardian, I think, would also be a good target. Would be a good thing to go for. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Well, to be honest, guys, gaming is now happening. The fight is very slow, and blue taking a bit of an edge, getting that neutralization, getting that decap. Very nice indeed. Red Harbinger now in trouble. Hammer is up. Red Spectre grabs that node, and any node right now is really good for Red because they're already ahead, but they do lose the fight, and I think that is what I would expect it, because again, I think the Tempest, the longer that fight goes on, the better the Tempest is going to be, right? Guardian already, like, you know, very low. Well, actually, kind of did have cooldowns there, actually, but I guess not quite able to connect them in a good enough way to actually generate a victory here for that red team in team fight. But still, the Tempest is delivering that very consistent, very high sustained support, delivering a huge amount of value there for the blue team, and it's a big kill as well. 3 kills get secured. Could be a free Skyhammer. Yeah, it has to be a free Skyhammer. I don't really think this Guardian here can actually contest that. Nope, that's not going to happen. And there's the decap. There it is. That will, of course, neutralize point A, and blue now have map advantage. So after a bit of a rough start, blue team have Red. This is actually what you always see. By the way, guys, you always see experienced teams have an easy time coming back. We saw this in Hardstuck Conquest League, right? Where we saw rank 55 nearly actually end up dropping a game to Fishing for Gizmos. And they were able to recover and basically counter 500-0 their opponents because they have that. They know how to win. They know how to not lose. They know how to recover a game and get out of a bad situation. And Ultra, of course, are one of the oldest and most experienced teams in Guild Wars 2 PvP. This means that they have this capacity to recover, to reset, say, okay, that was a bad start, but what are we going to do about it? And they get another kill landed. Floody actually does get this 1v1 kill. Very nice 1v1 here from the big man, turning this into a triple cap now, and a bleed as well, which is beautiful right now for Blue. They're winning the fight on middle as well. Cran supporting very, very well. Red not able to push this node just yet, actually. And look at that, Ultranumb, they've got this. They really have. They're here to gatekeep the monthly. They heard 55 and Worms aren't playing. They are, you know what? Let's gatekeep the open bracket teams. I think Cran went for a self-res there, I believe. Yep, he's going to immediately revive himself there. That was the Rindle fire. Actually, no mind. That was actually, in fact, the Spectre revive, but he'll still have the fire if he's going to get back up. There we go. But he's actually still going to go down again. There's so much damage there. Great team fight focus here from Red. Oh, and they're going to get a bit of a cleanup here. Cabablanca's going to go down too, but Fly and Gornet are going to disengage. I think we just see Gornet give up middle here and simply run away. Although maybe he'll try and hold this 1v2. It is into a support, actually, in a 1v1, so I think he's going to feel okay to try and hold this. Now with the Willbender coming in, that's when things get a little bit scary. Probably going to have to elite Elixir, so no, just goes for the Kite instead, but needs to wait for Cran to come back to really engage us. The Willbender has now returned too, but I think the problem is that Red Team are not going to cap mid. They're actually just going to leave it neutral. Spectre does have time to actually plus into Floody here, making it a 2v1, but he's doing a good job of just being annoying and not dying. He may try and disengage this a little bit. Looks like he is going to do exactly that right now. Here he goes. He's going to get the hell out. Spectre very much on the hunt, though. A lot of those annoying conditions still coming through. Great fear, though. I love this. Floody recognized that he can disengage through the Skyhammer. So instead of trying to make it up where he may well have died, oh, beautiful interrupt there as well. Interrupting the gravity. Well, that was so good there by Floody, actually. Floody on the Harbinger. Putting in work, usually an NG main, of course. Big fan of NG, but... oh my god, he 1v2s! Floody! Oh, and Floody, you know what he likes, guys? He loves a montage. He does indeed. That one is going... Oh, Cran nearly getting that denial on the res there with the Signet, with the Tornado there, but not quite. Floody with the insane 1v2, actually. Disengages, turns around, and just gets a kill. Floody juices. He's a little pressured still, trying to hold on. Does have the corrosive poison guard. That will keep him safe from those projectiles very, very soon. Using this objective. Very nice use of this objective here by Floody, actually. Because, of course, you can use the portal to disengage, right? Very effectively. Now, Red did win map during all of that because it did require a very heavy rotation from Blue to actually basically stabilize this hammer here, and that did leave the map open to getting completely neutralized there, but Red is now losing this fight. They lost their Willbender very early on. Now they're losing a Harbinger. Core Guard doesn't have Signet anymore, can't revive that, and honestly, I think it's time for Red to get the hell out of here. They cannot be here anymore, that is for sure. Yeah, well, they're maybe going to try and do a 3v3, and they do actually manage to kill Cran, so Cran does manage to get taken down, so that's really, really good for Red. They can certainly continue this fight at the very, very least. Oh, we might be seeing Spectre revive here. Let's see if it is. No, it's on cooldown. Of course, a little bit difficult to see if you actually have that available. It's a 300-second ability there. Ooh, Core Guard might die as well, so it's going to be trading supports. Big heal comes through there from that heal skill. Looks like the support will be able to get out here, at least for the time being. Maybe, although hang on, maybe not, though. Now we have the Harbinger coming in. Can Esprit hold on? Yes, he can. Very nice hold there, and great support there coming in from there, from the Spectre, the Sinister Fraud. Very nice. Oh, and this is actually going to turn in favor of the French Frauds now, actually. Yeah, it is. That was a great hold there. Very nice supportive ability usage here from Cryptstick, actually, making sure that Esprit does not die. And this fight now turns against Ultranumb. All of Floody's hard work is kind of being completely destroyed now, and now Floody in trouble too. Just 4k health left over. Has to put with the Worm. Fly now in play. Will be able to support Cran. Still available there on the Tempest. Will be able to hold on here, but the points have certainly closed down now. 260 to 310. Just 50 points in it so far. Very close matchup. 1v1 here. Gornet into the Goat Fraud. Pretty even 1v1. Gornet maybe a little bit lower HP, but Howard's actually very low on cooldowns as well, actually. Goat Fraud also similarly low on cooldowns, but does get that heal skill. So Red Spare Harbinger actually doing a really good job here in this 1v1. Red team now have that node once again in their favor. But this hammer... it's respawning a very slow fight here. Ooh, but here comes the +1 here. Toxic Fraud is going to move over here to try and get this kill. And actually, they are not able to get it in time, actually, as there was a quicker rotation there by Cabablanca. And that yields this node directly towards Blue and allowing further rotations. Well, that might even be a combo kill. There is renewed focus. So I don't think we're going to see a kill here onto this Red Willbender. However, we do see Ultranumb slowly winning this fight here on the hammer. That Tempest delivering its long-term value. Tempest stocks are up, guys. Invest now. Get your dividends the longer the fight goes on. Here we go. It might come down to this hammer here. Red team trying to hold on. Their Spectre very pressured. It is getting healed up very nicely, though. Signet still available. When Cran, again, just gets focused very hard. A little bit vulnerable. There may be a Spectre res here. Let's see if it's going to land. There is not. Still on cooldown. And now Cabablanca as well. Oh, no. Ultranumb. They're having a lot of difficulty in this fight. French Frauds once again have stepped up here. That's going to be a very nice pickup on this victory. Fly going to go down here as well, almost certainly. I don't see him surviving this. That's so much Condy, not enough Shroud there left over. No one now left to contest the hammer. There's the stomp directly onto Fly. He ports out. He can now actually be bled out here as well. Leaves that symbol. There is actually potential for an absolutely bizarre self-reset. I don't think Fly would go for that. Yeah, Spree's not going to allow it anyway. Now French Frauds get a cap. Ooh, and actually the Skyhammer forces this, maybe even clips Gauntlet here a little bit. And the Goat Fraud gets that cap. It's going to be a triple cap in favor of red. Here it comes. Point B for French Frauds now locked in. French Frauds continuing their, continuing the script that I made for this monthly AT by falling very far behind in the early game and now getting really back into it. There's the triple cap. Here it is. Can French Frauds hold us? Actually, blue team in a very bad spot to contest here. Look where they are. They're all here. Maybe the Spectre can get out onto the map here from Fly. That can certainly happen. No, he's just going to say, you know what? We're going to YOLO push this team fight. We're just going to go for it. We're going to get this team fight right now and just get the job done. But it's going to be difficult for them to do that because they need to win quickly. Bear in mind, guys, triple cap ends this game very, very soon. 4 minutes left, so there really is not that much time in the timer and by points for Ultranumb to get back into this. French Frauds manage another beautiful rally and get back. Oh, and Cran is isolated. Cran is in so much trouble. He's going to have to blow a lot of cooldowns to survive this. He's going to have to get out. He's going to have to kite this. He is out of there. This is very scary, though. There's the tornado. Still taking big damage. Water Overload will now be unleashed on the team. It does land, but there was a bit of interrupted, actually. Oh, and Cran just straight up dies. Sinister Fraud may go downstate, but actually, I don't see Cran survive. Maybe Spectre Revive is back. It is back, so that does now Spectre Revive Cran. There's the stability, and there it is. They do actually manage to turn the fight, killing the Spectre on the red team. But is it too little too late? I fear it may well be. I think that red team just trolls here. They just say, you know what? We're just going to bunker this down. I love this push here by Floody. He's got to go far here, I think. Yeah, he absolutely knows it as well. Very good rotation by Floody here. But what are they going to do about mid? Oh, and the Spectre might even make it in time, actually. He's very fast coming off respawn. He might be able to sword 2 port. No, not going to go for it. Instead, might try and hold on to middle. Bear in mind, one node wins them the game. So Skyhammer, a very quick Skyhammer for blue would decapture middle, and that would win them the game. The problem is that Spectre is going to immediately run past and start capturing point C, and that's hard to deal with. There's no answer to this right now, actually, from Ultranumb. I think they might be dead here. Oh, yeah, and Flay just unfortunately does get immediately caught out by the Harbinger and the Willbender. That does, of course, get revived by Cran, but again, red team are going to get this no. They still have mid, so they have to decap point C and point B. That is not happening. And then winning the game off of that would be even more impossible. That is the end of that. If only Anakin bounced Ellie, this game would have gone the other way. Just to be clear, Alvi, actually, Tempest is better than Core Guardian right now. The comp advantage actually goes to blue team right now, to be clear, Alvi. You should probably... you need to stop your persecution complex, okay, and actually get good at the game. Get good. All right. And you can laugh all you want, but it's reality. The top 2 teams in the game right now, rank 55 Dragons and Team USA, which are honestly quite far ahead of all other teams. They both played Tempest in a recent competitive tournament. I really hate to say it, but if you... I'm really sorry, Alvi. I really hate to say this, man. I want to break you free from this because you're blaming Ellie for you losing, but unfortunately, it is your gameplay. It pains me to say that, it really does, but it's the harsh reality. Tempest actually is stronger than Core Guardian currently. It is the meta pick. I hate to say that. I really do. So, you don't want to be saying that. You want to be getting good instead. So stop complaining and get good. I know that hurts. I know that's a bit of a hit to the ego, but we've got to rip the Band-Aid off it. I'm really sorry, guys. Tempest is outperforming Core Guard. I'm sorry, it is. It is. Yeah, and get better at the game. Hey, I'm glad. Take those. I know you're being sarcastic there, but I'm sorry. It's not going to help you win. And Tempest will win this monthly AT. We can just go ahead and, if we look over here on Naru's stream, again, Team USA, one of the top players in the game, definitely a top team, very narrowly matched here with rank 55 Dragons. And what is Naru playing? I mean, he's playing Tempest, right? And what was Misha playing? Misha was playing Tempest. Again, I'm really sorry, man. You can be sarcastic all you want, but reality is reality. This is what the top teams are going to be playing. And on EU, I believe the finals will be Tempest versus Tempest. Although maybe not everyone will play Tempest because, again, people haven't adapted to the metagame just yet with all this stuff. Like, some people are still playing Core Guard because they haven't relearned the spec there. When you're playing Tempest, I'll play Tempest. I can play Tempest. Yeah. I can do that. No problemo. Okay, but anyway, here we go. It looks like Team Copium is actually going to narrowly defeat the red team. So very competitive game. Shame we didn't see this one as well, actually. But yeah, 21 seconds left on the clock. This should just basically be the end of that very, very shortly. That's going to end this. And Team Copium take a solid victory. And actually, I'm a little bit sad about this because I think this team might end up getting eliminated now, actually, because they lost to Ultranumb. And they also are now losing to Team Copium. So that actually might be a little bit, Team Copium lost to Ultranumb, and now this team lost to Team Copium. So I think that actually might be the end for Red Team, which is actually really, really sad, because it's a very powerful roster. It's a real shame if they end up getting eliminated, actually. Very powerful team. Let's see. Oh, this is it's already starting, actually. Hang on. Let's go! Will your website show the meta as a comp, like I'm a new player going to PBLs? Will it show that Elementals might be better? It doesn't make sense. No, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to say that, oh yeah, Tempest is better than that. What we'll do is what we're going to do on hardstuck.gg is probably just list off all of the really strong builds and what role they are, right? That may well include stuff like Support Warrior too, although that build is pretty mediocre, to be honest, but I think it's perfectly okay for ranked and perfectly okay for like entry-level automated tournament gameplay in my mind. That's kind of like the range of build I'm looking for. I'm not looking to say, right, this is the best build, this is the optimal support, right? Optimal support build. It's like, if you're a new player and you're like, dude, I want to be a support warrior, then you should play support warrior, right? It'll work fine in ranked, and it will be okay for like entry-level competitive play. Sure, are you going to play Support Warrior at high level? Probably not, right? That's probably not going to happen. But, are you going to play it, early on? Why the hell not? Alrighty then. Let's get going here, my friends. Let's game big time. On the red team, it's going to be Team Copium with the Vindicator, Harbinger, Cabal Guardian, Willbender, and Spectre. Going against the Frenchies, who've been doing incredibly well so far, even managing to take down Ultranumb. An incredibly close game in the last round. And here we go with the Willbender, the double Harbinger, the Support Guardian, and the Spectre. Ooh, the Toxic Fraud gets caught there, and absolutely Richard. Is there a Signet? There is not going to be a revival available here whatsoever, I'm afraid. Toxic Fraud goes down. So Team Copium putting up some very stiff resistance here. Thief 1v1 is now going to commence over here. Sinister Fraud 1v1 directly into Riken here. Actually, French v French, guys, because Riken also a Frenchman. Okay, and now blue team just has to play safe here. Of course, the Spree needs to back it up. Can't really commit to this too hard. He can't really do much on support alone. A little low on cooldowns here as well. We'll have to use Renewed Focus soon, which is not where he wants to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, he cancelled it. That's very unfortunate. He slightly misclicked there, and he's going to pay the price for that and will go down state. That's very, very unlucky there. Or maybe he just double-tapped. I didn't see. That's also a possibility. Renewed Focus is very weird, but either way, Ultra Cope doing huge damage and completely destroying the blue team there. And Team Copium get a very solid 2-node hold. And one thing that I will say that this red team is very well known for historically, actually, because this team used to win a lot of monthly ATs. What they're very well known for, actually, is actually playing pretty safe, right? They'll get like a 2-node hold, maybe push for a decap, but they won't overcommit. And I actually really like that about this team, right, this roster. And if they do that here, they're going to have very good results because they already have a lot of map control. They've got the double cap. They're looking for the triple cap here. And well, I mean, this would be a big win here for Andreas, actually, because this is what it's looking like. If they could beat this team this early on, it's one of the most powerful rosters. I think they're going to be super happy about this. Andreas has not won a monthly, and honestly, this is looking like it very well could end up being a monthly win here for them, although it's still very up in the air. Bear in mind, guys, we've almost got like a we've got like this kind of weird triangle because of course Ultranumb absolutely crushed Team Copium on Battle of Kylo, but now Team Copium is absolutely crushing French Frauds, who in turn beat Ultranumb. So what is going on there? It really is up in the air, right? It's very hard to make the call on who's going to win this here. It really is. And of course, we still have the wild card of Fishing for Gizmos, which have shown that they can absolutely beat Fishing. They can also beat the French Frauds, although I think this game is actually really getting out of control right now against the French Frauds. So they're in so much trouble right now. Let's see, how is the game going with Fishing for Gizmos? Ooh, 220 to 108. So Fishing for Gizmos having a bit of a tough time into Ultra, and we'll check on that game in just a moment. But, ooh, Spree actually in trouble. Ooh, interrupted. No, just killed. No revival there. This is absolutely a disaster. Another 3 kills. Feifei down, Spree down, and Kelsey are also in the downstate. This is almost a GG move, I would say, for Team Copium. They're in such a great spot right now. And they'll also be able to bleed out these players again, just gaining themselves even more points, even more of an advantage. Feifei will now bleed out then. There's probably one more shot. Again, this is it. This is one more fight. One more fight here, guys. One more fight needs to happen here from Blue. Yeah, I love this respawn. I love this reset here. Like, okay, just going to wait. Here comes Kelsey, and here's a spree. And Feifei now back in the mix as well. Here she comes. Okay, and let's do this. So this is it. They've got to win. I like the trolling by the Spectre as well. Just keeping this node neutral, slowing down the point bleed. But this is it. Blue's got to win. And let's see what they've got in store for us here. Here we go. Red already prepared for it, though. Vindicator in the mix. Ooh, I kind of like this, actually. They're going to make... Red is going to play it safe. They're going to play very passively here. And just back it up. They know they're in a really good spot. They don't want to overcommit. Going to wait for that Willbender. And now they're going to go. I like this decision. Very safe play. They're going to give the node. They know that they still win on one. And they've got a really big point lead. So they're just going to pick their fight and pick this engagement. Let's see. What's the engage going to be? Looks like they're going... Ooh, they might be able to isolate the core guard. The core guard goes in very, very early. And here we go. The fight is now going to initiate. Target, again, is going to be the support guard, maybe. Andreas being targeted down here. The Willbender on red team getting hard focused by blue. Lands a very crushing blow onto Feifei here. There's renewed focus already, though. Being forced out on the red Willbender. However, the Sinister Sword very, very low, actually. The Spectre moving in. Incredibly pressured already. Does have a good amount of Shroud. Drops out of Shroud, though. Has to be incredibly careful. Does have some stealth, so should be able to disengage quite nicely. Red team still maintaining this double cap as they were able to actually grab themselves the Quarry 2. Spectre going to match that there from Riken while the fight rages on here. Red team do send a Vindicator over there to decap that. That's honestly pretty good for Red because the double Harbinger is super scary in the team fight for Blue team, so removing one of them is going to be pretty nice for Red here. Let's see if they can turn this into a team fight victory. They're going to go for this massive spike damage, but no. In fact, it will be Andreas going to the downside. Is there a revive? Yes, there is. Good revival. Comes through that from Miaz. Gets that res. There it is. Here comes the heal. Here we go. Big Empower, big gaming. And here it is. Red team holding on. And that might be the end of that. Ooh, yeah, French Swords are being driven away now. And I think the game is starting to go out of the reach. And again, this Vindicator proving its worth too. We saw this in some previous games as well, right? The Vindicator does win this 1v1 into the Harbinger. And the problem with that is that eventually you lose this node. So having this Harbinger here is not great whatsoever for French Swords. And I think they're done for. And I think we are going to go ahead and move on and see what Fishing for Gizmos trying to get done into Ultranumb. Let's see what they're doing. Here it is. It's definitely another close game. All right. Ooh, it is close, but Ultranumb have got a very big advantage currently. 220 to 329. And this is it's a bit of a weird map. There's the map here, Legacy, the faux fights. Very snowbally, like very, very snowbally indeed. And that does lead to a few of these scenarios where one team can get an advantage early on and just completely run away with it. Just get a massive chain of kills and kind of dominate from that point. Ultranumb holding on very, very nicely. And yet this node is just not getting captured for Red. Red really want to get this, but they can't. And meanwhile, there's nothing to contest the Quarry either. Very tough spot, I think, for Red right now. Like this Vindicator, they got to get some value out of it. I think Sakiki from Team Copium really knows how to make that work. And Hats the Fishers maybe a little bit more hesitant on trying to generate value. Already we have, want to be honest, moving over here to the Quarry. That's a good 1v1 from it into this Harbinger of Floody. So that's a good start. But the problem is they've got to win this map very, very quickly. And Blue, they're just holding this. They're just saying, you know what? We don't really have to win this fight. All we have to do is not die in this fight. And that means we'll slowly win the game by holding this capture point. Which is exactly what's happening here, as you can see. And Floody trying to bunker down over here. But again, yeah, the Vindicator will be able to very slowly generate this kill. Firing out that Giga Projectile. It's a funny elite skill there. It doesn't actually really do anything, but still there it is. And Gornet forces the Spectre away, moves over towards middle here to continue this fight. Looks like the Fishers are slowly winning, but the problem is they are actually triple capped right now. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for Ultra Scarf. They're just holding down. Big sustain, really safe play from Carablanca, rotating who's tanking the node, using that Urshield. Carablanca is going to die here, but I don't think that really matters that much because, again, there's just not that many points left in this game, really. And yeah, we have Floody moving in, Fly moving in here, just to keep trolling, right? Keeping the sustain going, keeping the defensives, just rotating that around. Someone else can pick up the other Urshield and hold on. Red team tries to get this decap, but it is immediately matched by the Blue Spectre. So very nice rotations here by Fly to deny any loss of map control here. They are actually down to one node, and Cran does go down, so it's a very big win there. So Ultras are not quite able to hold on long enough. So Fishing for Gizmos are going to get this double cap here at the least, but oh, when they get Floody, that's actually really good. With Cran still bleeding out, hang on. And this is what I'm talking about with the... Yeah, this is good. Now Xeon 1v1 into Gauntlet. That's perfect. Very nice. And here's the bleed. If they get this decap, if Fly dies here, that gets a bit scary. He's going to go in. He's got a bit of Shroud, not much. Tries to support Carablanca. Zan looks for the kill. Might get it. Kran is coming back in 10 seconds. Does get that port. But this should be a decap on Waterfall. Carablanca holding a 1v4 right now. But that's it. There's a kill. That's very spooky, actually. This is now doable. It's very hard. Extremely difficult. But if Xeon wins this 1v1, and he looks like he actually is. Wow. Xeon really doing well in this 1v1. Gauntlet having a lot of trouble here. Xeon, fantastic duelist here. Putting in the work. There it is. Has to give it up. Kran now rotates here, but Fishers actually respond to it really well. Enigma and Zan here. That's maybe a little overkill. Because now this is going to leave Arnas in a 1v2 into a Spectre and a Harbinger. Yeah, I think this actually might get a bit punished. They kill Gorda, but Zan's got to go far now. Or go mid. Yeah, looks like he's going to have to go mid. Carablanca's going to have to try and sustain this. Ooh, I think maybe... this is now really fucked up because Arnas is going to hold this like really scuffed 1v2, although he's doing a fantastic job. Does he have staff cooldowns maybe? He's got a dodge roll coming up shortly. He's got staff cooldowns, but he's got to hold on. Here's the hold. There we go. Gets the tree song, I think. There's the heal. Holds. Wow. Very nice play. Efficient because they get the job done. A little bit hesitant on rotations, but they hold mid, and now they've got this third node. 3 minutes on the clock. Do they actually win on 2? That's 180 seconds, so they get 180 points. Yes, they actually just barely win on 2 nodes, and they're going to get Carablanca here, maybe. Carablanca in so much trouble. Where's Kran? Kran is here, has the Signet as well. Can revival, but actually is going to land a massive heal, so it's okay either way. Ooh, though, Fly needs to be answered. Where's Zan? Zan needs to notice this. Oh, he doesn't know. He sees now, I think. I think he sees now, but it's going to be too late. Ah, that's super annoying for them to deal with that. Really, really annoying. Zan trying to make it over there. Here he comes. But he's going to have to deal with Fly, and Fly holds this node neutral. 1 cap isn't good enough. Blue team loses. So now Red's in a really... sorry, blue team wins, rather. Red's now in a weird spot. They need to win this fight. Can they get Carablanca? Will Bender very, very low on blue team. He does go down. Kran with the res. Does he land it? Yes, he does. But Kran might die for that, actually. He's super low. Tries to go for the cleanse, but Kranox is down. Can the Fishers get that wrong? They have to res that. Oh, the tornado is big. Oh, it's a downstate war. They've got to hold Kranox, though. Can they do it? No, they can't. And Kran goes, I think that is just going to be just the thing that tips the scale in favor of Ultranumb. They should just be able to scrape this game out. Yes, Xeon is going to... Oh, what a very, very narrow game there. If that went the other... If Kran dies and Kranox lives, I think we even see maybe a slight favorability towards Fishing for Gizmos. They're so unbelievably close there. Not quite good enough. Arnas is going to go down there. Fly just still being annoying over here on middle. Enigma goes down, being chased down by Carablanca, but that is going to be that. There is still a decap, of course. It's still neutral, but that will now be captured here by Gauntlet and Floody very, very shortly. And that is the end of that. 1 point to go. The cap is inevitable, and blue team are going to secure their victory, and there it is. Ooh, very close game, though. I mean, I know the points were fairly spread out even at the end, but that could have really gone badly for Ultranumb there. Like, that final flurry of kills is what locked it. But if that goes the other way, then all of a sudden, red team can certainly win that game. Enjoy getting gold capped. Hashtag buff Spectre. Yeah, Skelling, he knows it. He knows that Spectre's OP. Sends a 300 gold in. Love to see that. That's good. Yeah, that was a very juicy instant revive on a Carablanca by Kran. Actually, very juicy res. He knew it was happening. He responded to it well and got it done. Okay, so who's going through? It's Floody into Denshi and Off Dream into Jeff. So actually, we have a lot of rematches here, actually. So French Frauds beat Fishing for Gizmos. Off Dream lost to the Eagle in first round. I don't know who this team is. And then, of course, we also have Floody into Denshi. What is that team, actually? What have we got here? So, I see what we have here. Oh, this is like the meme team. Okay, yeah, this is, there might be a few issues here for this team because they are playing some pretty spicy builds. Mio here going to be playing the Hammer Catalyst. This is a very Giga Chad build. A lot of damage, but yeah, as you can see, he's got 13k HP, so not the tankiest thing in the world. Baxter, and to be fair, Denshi with double halve. That's definitely really nice. And we have Heist Karyu. Again, definitely a big fan of Ellie, actually. So he's super happy about this metagame here on support. Temis Cranel, member of Quaggan's on duty. Here he is on the Willbender. I'd love to see that. Very, very good indeed. Fantastic. seeing system is so logical. Look, I love it. I see we get some epic rematches here. French Frauds ready to juice, and let's actually see what the matches could look like. So on the top half of the bracket, we have Floody Denchi, Off Dream, and the Eagle. So we could potentially see Jeff into Ultranumb or Off Dream into Ultranumb. And in the lower half of the bracket, we have Frauds into Gizmos again, and then the winner of that will probably go into Team Copium, almost certainly. I don't know what this other roster is here for the other team. It is going... Who are these gamers? Wait. Cran for president. Dark Magical Amy, Mr. Bender, and Creso Giga Chad here. And Quay MPE. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This probably isn't going to go super well for Red Team. But you know what? They made it to the top 8. And that is worthy of respect. Now, the question is all these games are pretty interesting. I think this one and this one are not that interesting. I think the rematches are actually the really spicy ones. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here we go then. This is elimination now. So whoever wins here is moving on. Whoever loses, they are out of the tournaments. This is a really big one. And honestly, it really is a bit of a destiny thing. I cannot believe these two teams are encountering each other yet again. Fishing for Gizmos, going up against big-time French Frauds yet again. We have that Vindicator for red. We, of course, have... Oh, wait, is Zan dead here? I think... Oh, he's got a bit of Shroud left over. Did get hit by that juicy Cope Elixir, but he's good to go now. A lot of conditions coming through from that. And, of course, the Might really juices those conditions up. So, first cap is going to go to French Frauds here. As Zan has to go and rotate somewhere else. We'll now try and get rid of the enemy. The enemy Spectre is able to actually do so, though. Blue Spectre actually ends up giving up the Nother to the Vindicator. Zan now looking for a sneaky decap. That's not going to happen here, though. Fei very watchful, ready to go. Meanwhile, Cranox looking to go for some big kills here. Goes for the reset, but actually just gets shut down there by that Willbender. I think that actually is pretty revivable. Yep, there's the revive. So Cranox back on his feet. Here we go. Doing his best to hold on. Enigma pretty pressured here, looking to get some healing here. But what's the target? Where are they getting out of this fight? They need to disengage this or get a kill of their own. And they're a little pressured right now. Enigma may be looking towards middle there to try and defuse the situation. And is going to be able to do that. There's the neutralization. I think probably just goes for the full cap here. I'm not sure he really wants to get back into that fight as it's a bit against the Fishers currently. Yeah, good disengage by Red, actually. Now, Xeon's still in trouble, trying to bait someone off there a little bit. Has that well. And it looks like will just be a straight up 1v1 into the Willbender here. The other members of the team looking like they don't really want to drop down. Now they're going to drop down and go for it. Here we go. And now Xeon actually has a little bit of an upper hand even, if anything, actually, trying to pressure the Willbender. And here comes the team fight. It's going to be on middle. It's going to be Spectre locking up one of the Harbingers there. Zan pushing that, contesting that. And Red with the slight map advantage currently by holding onto this middle node. So Tempest looks like it's going to be maybe the focused. Was Tempest, and again, swapped back to by Esprit. Oh, but Cranox is just taking a beating. Like, this is where you see the slight fragility of this core Guardian, right? It does have very powerful stability and so on, but man, that's scary. Is there any stability here from Fei? There is not actually, so that does actually get cleaved out. But actually, never mind. Wow, that was a fucking clutch res by Esprit. Holy shit. Esprit with the ridiculously close res on that stomp there. And that turns into a really big pickup here as Cranox gets finished. And this means that the French Frauds can continue to push their aggression over here. Okay. And Zan now has to get the hell out of here. Tries to hold this 1v1. Teleports away, though. The Harbinger a little bit too much for the Spectre. Send too much damage output. We'll now move back to middle. Okay, here we go. What Zan's... He doesn't really have anywhere to go and might end up dying here. Willbender is about to hunt him down. He's definitely in a bit of an awkward spot. Okay, Red Team trying to back up here. Here it is. Ooh, bit of trouble here for Zan. Needs to almost reset to get back into this. Vindicator will be able to defend this node, but this is, again, here's the big one. Let's see if the French are going to win this fight again. Looks like Fei Blue Harbinger is going to be the main target right now for Fishing for Gizmos. Estrogen Addict in a bit of trouble. Willbender from Enigma really connecting. There it is. There's the kill. There's no glyph this time. It was used last time. So it's going to be a nice fight. A very neck and neck. Both teams trading. Ooh, Vindicator actually did go for this top, but they kind of had no choice, right? Can't really concede that when there was a double cap against them. But now they are able to respond to that quite nicely. Oh, Enigma actually does fall down. I think he wanted to leap across, but ends up falling down, which is not ideal. And actually, the Vindicator is quickly picked off by the French Frauds. So even though this fight doesn't go super well for the French Frauds, they disengage very well. Ooh, Tempest in a bit of trouble, but will be immediately reinforced there by a Willbender and indeed a Harbinger, and immediately kill the Spectre there. Some really good target focus from French Frauds. They do not want to lose it. They want to go to the Grand Finals. They want to go far. They want to go hard. And honestly, I love to see that. Here we have it. Xeon grabbing this node, so Fishers will find themselves a node advantage. I like the Vindicator going mid here. We'll be able to bunker this at least for a little bit. Cranox now arrives too, but they need some damage here. They need a Harbinger or something, otherwise they can't hold in the air. They realize they can't even hold anywhere, which is simply too much damage output from their opponents, particularly now with a second Harbinger from blue team rotating in it, Estrogen Addict, ready to get some big damage going on the Crescent. Yeah, you can see the Core Guard is such an easy target for these Harbingers. It's just such a bully build, right? Like all of that corruption, all that sustained condition. Oh, poor old Cranox. He is having such a bad time. Already had to use renewed focus, but the damage is just relentless. And because of the tankiness of those Harbingers, it's quite hard to actually peel out this Core Guardian, right? With what the red team has. They just don't quite have the damage. Cranox does get a good kite and disengages, but looks like they're looking to once again reinforce that aggression. Zan 1v1 into the blue Spectre over here. Sinister Fraud is trying to get this neutralization, should be able to do it over time. Definitely a strong 1v1 player is Zan, and so far it's still a pretty even game, 60 points in it. Things are about to get weird with the buffs, and in fact Fishing for Gizmo is almost shoving away blue team, forcing this cap on middle, nearly there, but never mind. Arnas now moving in to make this a 2v2. I think we want to see Zan disengage this. I think this 2v2 is actually not very good for red. There's not really enough damage, and yeah, Zan is getting absolutely turbo bursted over here and may end up having to get taken out, but no, actually is able to wriggle his way out there with some of those wells to port. Wants to go back into maybe support, as it looks like the blue team is very intent on actually going for a kill on this Vindicator. Actually, having said that now, no, they're going to try and go for Zanny. That's a big gravity well, nice gravity well there by the Sinister Fraud, but actually, this is a bit of an extension here by the blue Spectre. This could end up getting punished here, but no, that's not going to be the case. The Elite Elixir from the Harbinger is going to sort that out, no problem. And now Zan is the one who's in a lot of trouble. There's the gravity well from him. The counter gravity well comes through, but is it going to have to help him survive? He does have a lot of Shroud left over. Very tanky built in. Meanwhile, the team fight is continuing to rage on here. It's actually a 1-for-1 so far. Toxic Fraud downside limit. Enigma going for the stop, but no, a very, very juicy drive. Again, honestly, Esprit doing work right now on that Tempest. Cranox goes down. No revival for them. Enigma might be able to die here as well. He's got nothing really left. Does he have a port available? Some good movement. No, not quite good enough. Big spin there from the Toxic Fraud. And that, ooh, that's a tough loss. As you right as bottom buff comes up, that is not where you want to be dying right now if you are a member of the red team. Cranox and Enigma will be back very shortly, but it's going to be so hard to contest everything right now with what the red team has. Good decap here by Xeon. Will begin the 1v1 into the blue Harbinger. And blue team don't get a crazy amount off this, actually. Is there any answer to this on bottom of? Yes, there is. Zan is going to lock up this Harbinger forever. He can probably hold this 1v1 because he doesn't have to stand on point, so he's probably pretty happy with actually kind of just being super annoying and getting rid of one of these Harbingers off the map for his team. Because the dynamic of the game can really change when you have those 5 objectives going on at the same time. And so far, the Frenchies starting to very much pull ahead here. They're looking really good. They've got the double cap going through here. Vindicator will now be able to shove away this Spectre. No double cap, actually, as the red Vindicator was able to arrive there in time. Xeon now grabbing middle. But where's he going to push after this? That's the big question. Blue is committed very heavily to getting this buff. Cranox needs to interrupt that, actually. Oh, boy. Oh, does actually just barely manage to do it just in time there. And yeah, maybe Blue overcommitting a bit here, getting punished for it, but Enigma dies. That might make it worth it. Is there an interrupt there? Oh, no, it doesn't need to be because the cleave is so high. And it burned the Signet as well. That's a good kill there for Blue. That's basically no damage on the map right now for Red for a long amount of time. And Blue just maintain this lead. A very grueling, brutal game. Right, it's a long one. It's a slow one. But it's inexorably moving towards Blue, yeah. And of course, after getting that kill there, Esprit has time to neutralize this. May even push for a full cap here. Yeah, he's a little cognizant of where the Willbender is going here. He wants to be able to support his team to shut down the aggression there. But no, he's actually going to go ahead and greed for this. And if this pays off, it's going to be a massive victory for Blue. And it looks like it is actually, as Xeon and Enigma are actually quite pressured. And Toxic Fraud doing a good job of holding. Might end up dying here, so maybe a little greedy by Esprit. But Esprit is, I think, is going to be able to make it. Yeah, we also have a Harbinger coming through there from Feifei, able to hold on. Fishing for Gizmos, they're in trouble here. They're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Esprit's here, so this should be okay here for Blue Harbinger. Yeah, big water overload coming through. That will be a huge heal. There it is. Yeah, Fishing for Gizmos. We're getting to the lockout point now. This is where it gets really scary. They're going to get this one node, but 6 minutes on a slow game. It's very scary, what indeed. Let's actually see. Oh, let's see. Oh, the other game is actually already over. I actually don't know who won that. But Ultranumb, sorry, the the other rematch, right? The Jeff team into Team Copium. I presume Team Copium won that, if I had to guess. Oh, actually, sorry, no, it's the off-stream game. Yeah, Team Copium and Ultranumb won their games very quickly, actually. But off-stream into the E-Girl, that's still raging on. But I think this is kind of getting towards the end for Fishing for Gizmos, unfortunately for them. Well, this game is absolutely insane, though, actually. A very, very close matchup. Oh, man, I want to watch both of these. We have 285 to 258 here. The E-Girl may be about to get rid of Team Off-Stream. Off-Stream, of course, did a very good job in the open bracket on NA, able to win that into a very strong team, Team Guild Wars. Now coming back to EU to demonstrate their ultimate power. Here we go. We have this Jeff team here on red. We have, I still don't know who the E-Girl is, but it's C-Cod, Azadome, Karina, and Jeff, aka Roach God X, here on red. Going up against Bazil on the Spectre, Papinator here on Willbender. We have Sakaya on the Support Guardian. We have Prototype on Harbinger, and Gelcine on another Harbinger. But so far, things are not going their way, actually, as this team fight is collapsing against blue team currently. And if they lose any more players, that might even be a GG moment here. Again, I have joined the game and immediately cursed one of the teams. That is the caster curse there, as you can see. Blue doing a good job of kiting, but where's their comeback here? Like, that's the question you've got to ask. How are they getting back into this? Where are they getting back into this? And I think that's a hard answer, a hard question to actually come up with here, because they're quite far behind right now with 5 minutes. The fights are quite slow, right? It's hard to get kills. It's Tempest on the enemy team as well, so it's very, very tanky. They can't break through. Ooh, and a cheeky top buff there from C-Cod as well. That is very, very disgusting, I've got to say, from the red team. Now we're seeing this big push here as well. Matches this 1v1 into the Willbender. Yeah, this is not really winnable for blue anymore, I think. I think we are going to be seeing Team Jeff, Team Roach advance their way on to the next round, to the semi-finals. I think they will face Team Copium, I believe, or maybe Ultranumb. I can't keep track, guys. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, something like that is going to happen. And I believe, unfortunately, Fishing for Gizmos similarly are about to be ejected from the tournament. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think so. 4 minutes, 180 points. I do not see that happening, given how tanky all these builds are. Nice revive onto Faith. She was down, say, up here on this top buff. But again, look how long this is taking, right? Heal skill is there. More weakness spam coming through, denying the DPS. Support is here from Esprit, the big worm, bringing that healing, bringing that energy to the table. This is not looking good whatsoever. Fishing for Gizmos, absolute crowd favorite in my mind. Blasting hard, going big. But I think this is going to be the end. They aren't actually full roster. They don't have Maya right now, because Maya not able to play this time around. But yeah, 2 more kills. They actually get bottom buff. Okay, they do get bottom. That is something. Do they have a contest anywhere? Oh, Kranox is Reserable here. Does he actually get back up? It has his symbol. Oh my god. Oh, dude, the Willbender just barely clears him. Yeah, Zan can't revive that. No, that's not going to happen. I think he maybe be annoying, but that would have been a really nice res, because then him and Zan could have contested here, actually. Maybe Zan could have revived it, but they actually do have sides. Vindicator over here, and we also have Harbinger over here too. All right, but yeah, the problem is this is 3v1. There's not enough players, right? There's 2 players down, right? Because Enigma just respawned and Kranox is just now bleeding out, so they don't have the manpower to capitalize on that bottom buff, unfortunately. They were able to fully capture the map, but they've already lost it. Vindicator here is good to hold, but yeah, there's no answer to this Spectre. Another bottom buff, actually. Is there an answer to it? Yeah, Esprit's smart. Yeah, he recognizes it. You very rarely see it. So yeah, second Tranquility, but yeah, Esprit is here. He denies it. He denies it big time, and yeah, Zan knows there's not much to be done here, really. He has to stay here and just stall out, but it's not. I'm not seeing it, really. Nah, that's not happening. That's game over. There's the double cap. It's getting to unwinnability as well. Bear in mind, you can only get 180 points. I mean, I guess technically you can get a bit more than that on this if you get both buffs at the same time, but I don't see that happening. 2 minutes left. Maybe 200 points maximum could be gained by red team in that time, and that will be like a perfect triple cap starting now. I think the game has unfortunately gone into impossibility for Fishing for Gizmos. A very strong performance, making it to the top 8 and taking out some very powerful teams, but they're going to have to keep grinding and keep blasting if they want to actually get to the very, very top in the monthly automated tournament. And well, I hope to see them again later on in some of my tournaments as well. But yeah, that's the end. Let's see if anything has changed in the other game. I don't believe it will have, though. I think it's going to be, yeah, it's already over, actually. It's going to be Ultranumb versus Team Roach, a.k.a. Team Jeff. And it's going to be the French Frauds up against Team Copium. Those are both excellent games, actually. Look, one of you guys start earlier, so I can spectate both. In fact, yo, Ultranumb, you guys go right now, yeah? Yo, Jeff, don't forget to accept Q, dude. You got to watch out for that, my friend. All right. And here we go. That is going to be the end of that. Here it is. And boom. Job done. Job done. That is the end. Blue team gets it locked down, and we are now going to our semi-finals. So, near the end of the tournament, but it's been a surprisingly quick tournament, actually, considering how slow the meta is. Here it is. Which one will start first? It should be this game is going to start very, very shortly. I believe we can leap into that and take a look at what the hell is going on. Prepare to game, and game hard. Alrighty then. So, again, the stakes are very, very high indeed. Elimination. Whoever wins here is moving on to the grand finals of the monthly automated tournament for a chance to win the Gizmo. Gizmo, the title, the prestige. Insane. Either way, we're going to have some new winners from last month. None of the winners from the last month are available here. It's going to be Ultranumb, Team Roach, Team Copium, or the French Wars. And you know what I like to see? All 4 teams, guys, are actual juicer teams. They are blaster teams. Okay, they're sticking together. Well, maybe not Jeff's team, but we'll see. Maybe Jeff will actually stay together with this team. We simply do not know. But it's going to be Tempest v Tempest, basically a complete mirror. Yeah, it's an exact mirror composition here. We have Tempest, we have Double Harbinger, we have Azadome on Spectre, and we have a Willbender here from the Eagle on Blue. We're seeing a bit of a mirror of that. We have Cran on Tempest. We have Gornet on Harbinger. We have Floody on another Harbinger. And Fly on Spectre. Calablanca on Willbender. I think, is there any difference here between these Spectres here? That's going to be Scepter Pistol and Sword Pistol here. And then Azadome is also playing Scepter Pistol and Sword Pistol with Carrying Amulet, Rune of Ore here. With Seal Area as the extra utility skill, and the same is happening with Fly. So exact mirrors, basically. In fact, I believe everyone is going to be playing the same build. Although I think we have like more, yeah, we have Well of Darkness on a Harbinger here, whereas, and CPC on both. I think we have CPC on both here as well, actually. We do indeed. But we also have a Well of Corruption and a Flash Worm for Floody, valuing a bit more kiting power here. But so far, Red Team actually getting a slight advantage here by grabbing this node first. 3-node push did come through, but not quite soon enough. So Floody will have to actually work to decapture that while the rest of his team is putting in work elsewhere on the map. Cran and Gornet going for this 2v2. Tempest on both sides. Probably going to take a little while for anything to actually happen there. This is the fight to watch, I think, where there's no support, essentially. Capablanca trying to go for big DPS on the Seeker, but Azadome actually has already found a lot of damage onto Fly. Fly in a bit of trouble, actually, but Seacod might be the one to die. Ooh, nice save there. So what happened there, guys? So basically, this trait here happened there. Basically, Shallow Grave, what it means is if you have someone tethered while they go down, you'll immediately revive them, right? If you're tethered to them, right? Or they'll just immediately get rehealed instead of even going down, which is very valuable. But actually, Ultrasoft, they actually end up losing this 2v2, even though, you know, even though they were doing well, they actually were able to nearly get a kill on the Seacod. It gets turned around, and Fly is going to be the one who ends up going into the full dead stay here. Tempest from Red Team in a bit of trouble. Here comes the focus, though. Can they now kill this? Ultram need to recover this. Bear in mind, we've seen how these games go. Falling behind early is really, really bad. Oh, big tornado there from Cran. That might be hard for the Tempest of the Red Team to survive. There's no real stun break action available here, I believe, for Jeff outside of those overloads. Can't get to it, and he does end up going down. That's a really nice pickup. Good recovery here by Ultranumb. Meanwhile, Floody is going to get driven away here. And the Dragon Node will be captured fully by the Harbinger on Red Team. As that Willbender moved there to get rid of Floody. But Blue Team are going to grab themselves middle here very, very shortly. And we have the Spectre 1v1 over here. Fly can actually get this decap on Azadome. It's going to be very, very good indeed. But a nice lead for Team Roach so far. Very nice. Fly now looking to try and get this kill on the Azadome. But no, the Willbender's already here. Ooh, and Fly gets pulled in. That's super scary, actually. Oh, dear. Fly's got to get the hell out. Has one port. Can maybe stealth himself a little bit. Try support around, but he's actually very low. Oh my god, Fly dies. Ooh, a slight overextension there by Fly, and it gets punished very heavily by this Wilbur. A very nice play there to find that pick-off kill. Gornet in this very awkward 1v2 situation. Having said that, Seacod does go down, so it does yield a double capo for Ultram, as Calablanca able to grab the Dragon before rotating towards over towards middle, although he will actually have to initiate in this 1v1 into the Harbinger as Seacod comes back into the mix. Soul buff will be grabbed here by the red team, but Gauntlet will actually be able to slowly win this 1v1 into the Harbinger. So if he can decap before the Willbender's able to come back, that's going to be really good. I kind of expect the Willbender to almost come back and look for a kill here. Can't really do too much on middle, as we actually already have the Tempest and the Harbinger pretty well established over here, and Tempest will still be able to hold this. So Ultranumb now getting back into the mix. Willbender 1v1. Red team gets both buffs, so that's really scary, actually. Ultranumb not having the map presence required to actually contest those objectives simultaneously. Cran is going to run. I think he will have to yield the node. Can he make it in? Oh, he just barely holds. Cabablanca now comes in, but Cabablanca very pressured already. Cran going for some massive healing onto the Boo Willbender. Willbender holds on quite nicely. Fly, meanwhile, looking for a kill over here on middle, tries to get rid of the Red Harbinger. Is it going to happen just yet? Not really, to be honest. Okay, and that's not going to happen, I'm afraid. Very nice, very good. And there we go. Unsimpable. Taking a lot of damage here. Ooh, Floody dies to Condi here. Fly can't revive that, I don't think. Ooh, Team Jeff. They're doing really well here. Cran not available for this revival. Focus on this 2v2, of course. 2v2's going okay. Here's the Tornado. Cabablanca very heavily pressured. Floody bleeding out here on middle, and Fly will have to yield this node here to the Harbinger. Wants to keep contesting it. Oh, I actually really like this rotation by the Tempest to just solidify this over here. Guarantee that no one's going to die. Just leave the 1v1 on mid. We know the Harbinger's doing well. We know the Harbinger's doing, putting in good work there. Will Fly in so much trouble actually here. Or might he maybe get this win onto the Harbinger? It's going to be very, very close. Need coming for the skill. The cap belongs to red now. Harbinger is a little bit low. Plenty of Shroud for the Spectre. A lot of conditions coming through. They're very high damage output. It's a very close game, but I think we actually see the Harbinger win here. Fly in so much trouble. I think he's going to go down. Oh, very nice victory there by Karina. And looks like the NA team invading EU. Putting in some good work here, actually. Ultranumb in trouble. Scuffed Capablanca. About to go down. So does Cran have this revival? He does not. I don't think. No, he already used it just a few moments ago, so he can't revive. And that's another 2 big kills being locked in, actually, by the red team. Very nice setup there. Team Jeff's got to be feeling great about that. They're going to get this cap over here as well. Harbinger locks that down. Seacod starting to move towards middle as well. Respawns coming through from Ultranumb. Oh, hey, thanks for the raid, Naru. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, NA's already over. You guys are fast. Okay. Hornet now in trouble here. Does get to the kite spot, though. Floody able to peel him out. Ooh, that's scary for Asdome, actually. He's going to get Condi spiked very hard. But we have Jeff here. Jeff is here on Tempest. Should be able to hold that out. Roach God X comes in with the support. Gornet getting Willbended a little bit. Asdome goes in, just commits to the violence there. Has some Shroud left over. Asdome does go down, though. Ports away. Is there a glyph going through here from Jeff? Does Jeff land this? No, I believe he gets CC'd, actually. Gornet so low. Who's going to win the rally warrior? The hold is actually very, very good right now for Ultranumb. Asdome in trouble. Can they get that cleave? Yes, they can. Gornet now back up. He's still very low. Does have a vital draw, and red team very pressured. Good stacking here. Very good support. Great peel here. Coming through from Ultranumb. This could be a bit of a combat move here. Bit of an overextension here. Red team push their luck a bit too much. Interrupt here. I think we are going to see Tempest die here from red team. There it is. There's the kill. Good disengage from the Harbinger and the Willbender. I think we do still see Seacod go down. Not sure he gets out of this one. Going to be very hard to get out. He's trying to disengage. Nice port, actually. Very nice port. Using that Spectral to fully get away from the Willbender. I think that's going to force Cabablanca to leave. I don't think he wants to waste time here. Nice objective control as well. Double buff again. Fly goes for the decap. Will get it, but he was not able to contest either of his objectives on his thief, and that is very painful because, again, now red team are going to be a significant advantage in these fights. 20% more damage, free execute, and a free revive on one of their players, and 20% more toughness and vitality. 36k HP Harbinger. How are you going to get through that? 26k HP Spectre. That is not good at all. Ultranumb do snowball the map very nicely. If they can now hold on and wait till those buffs expire, or maybe even pick up a kill during these buffs, they're going to be super happy about their map state. Can they make that work, though? That's the question. They're going to go for this Willbender, but we have Roach God X. Tempest here on red team will be able to hold on quite nicely. Okay, here we go. Cabablanca now moving towards Roach God X. And that Earth Shield is going to keep him quite healthy. Harbinger around to peel him out too. Gornet now pushing in. Still a slight map advantage in favor of Ultranumb. Harbinger and Spectre 2v2 is going very well for Ultranumb. Asdome nearly dead here. Fly looking like he wants to push that kill. Here we go. Ooh, but that Willbender. This Willbender is on point. This guy is switched on. The E-Girl immediately reinforces. Sees the fight going poorly and reinforces it. I love that here. A little bit ahead of Capablanca. Blue team do grab mid, and Cran is now here to actually peel out Fly. They do not want to lose a player right now. Ultranumb have got momentum here. They've got to hold it. Fly getting spiked. May go down. Does he have Shroud? He has. Only 15k, though. I mean, that's quite a lot. But is it going to be enough? He's going to go down here, I think. Yes, he is. Where's the res from Cran? Oh, they're going to try and CC. Does not actually, the stomp does not come through. The port is good. Can they counter pressure this somehow? Is there a, I don't know if there's a glyph for Cran. He would have used it. No, does not have access to that. So Fly does die, but they can might be able to turn this quickly, actually. It looks like we're going to see a kill on Jeff. We do. Tempest down. If they can, oh, but Card Blanca's in the downside there. Vapor Form comes out. They've got to kill that Tempest. They must kill this Tempest now. I think they can. Good hold by Cran. Good decision here. But is the cleave enough? Gornit trying to cleave out. Card Blanca now revived. They've got to cleave the Tempest. Can they get it? No, the revive comes through. And all of a sudden, the fight is back on its feet. And with Seacon arriving there, the Spectre is not back yet. Asdom very, very pressured. Very intense fight. Asdom may die. Connie's there. Floody going for that kill. Gornit a little pressured here. Does have his heal skill in a few moments. Asdom disengages. Willbender from Red. Very, very low here. Oh, there's the kill. Where's Jeff? Does have the glyph. Uses it and lands it. Very nice survival there by Red Tempest. Shield now active as well. That'll be a great defensive tool for that Willbender to pick up if he needs to. Oh, and Cran is about to get nuked. Does get that Earth Shield. Very low. Oh, Vital Draw immediately yoinks him as well. Cran goes down. Blue team get into a point lead after all of that. But oh, if only they could have managed to kill the Tempest. That would have been so good for them. That's not going to happen. And now it all comes down to how well Blue team can hold on until they get their Tempest back. Might be an easy buff for Capablanca, but no, the Willbender is here. So they're going to have that 1v1, and Sword buff will get yoinked by Seacard. I think Red Team didn't actually deal with this very well, though. Like, they get mid and they get objectives, but I think Numb are going to come out of this pretty well ahead, actually. I like what we're seeing here from Floody. Floody gets to far. It's going to force the rotation here from the Soul Reaper on Red Team, and it's going to be a double cap on sides. Like, Capablanca is in trouble, and he is going to die there. I don't think Fly can maybe contest this, but no, can't even do that, so he's going to have to leave there. Does get up here and will be a little bit annoying, but Blue do hold node control here, actually. Harbinger will be outnumbered, but we will have a respawn from Capablanca to help out Gornit fairly soon, so I think they'll be able to keep this neutral and maintain their points advantage, while they also have this 1v1 over here. Willbender coming in, but Cran is here. I think that makes this a lot less attractive for this Willbender. Yeah, he's already thinking about leaving, I think. You can see Cran tries to port through, does not unfortunately work out very well for that particular player. Gornit in a lot of trouble, needs to get to Cran here. Capablanca arrives, gets that port back with 5 health. Ooh, and now can start capping this. Now, the Spectre of Asdom is definitely super scary right now. Capablanca getting blown up, but Gornit gets out of combat and starts capping over here. Cran and Capablanca now moving. However, there was a neutralization over here. Unsimpable Floody will have to now try and fight for this zone. Needs to get this node to get back to maintain their hold on this game. 30 points, so a minute until Blue lose their lead. However, Blue now get the cap. They're going to contain their lead now and maintain that as long as it's one node apiece. So as long as this 1v1 is stable, Blue team is still in a winning position. And Floody does not want to give this node up, but is a little bit behind in this fight. However, Fly has now arrived, and that will force a quick response here from Red. They are already moving. I believe you see the Willbender coming. Yep, here we go. Willbender is now in. And there's going to be a third player with the Tempest. However, that is now matched by Capablanca and Cran. Floody goes down. Do we see revival here from Cran? Oh, he has the glyph, but the Tornado will deny that. They're going to have to probably delay that for a little bit. We have glyph retarget available here. Ooh, Steel was actually just used there, so we could see res here. Do we see retarget? Oh, headshot though lands. And that's going to be a kill onto Floody. Floody not able to get revived. This is a super scary spot. Now it's a 3v4. They've got to hold on. There's the big immobilize. They need to hold on for a little bit longer, though, because they need that final player. Without that second Harbinger, they cannot really effectively fight this super well. Tornado, that's going to be a nice disruption here. But no, there's actually some stability up there from the Willbender. Denies that value. And oh my god, the Torment dash, the immob onto Cran. That third skill, hard immobile, and there might be a revival here with the interaction. No, there is not. No shallow grave available. Oh, Ultranumb. They're in so much trouble. There's the double cap. Seacod is about to juice. Is about to bring the juice here. How's the other game going, actually, into French Frauds? Of course, it's actually a bit bugged. We've got to watch this game, I'm afraid. It must be very, very close between Team Copium and the French Frauds. French Frauds maybe having the upper hand here, going to AT Finals here to face Team Roach in the grand finale, but yeah, I think at this point, guys, the writing's kind of on the wall here. 2 minutes on the clock. Blue team still have a very narrow advantage. Maybe if they can decap. Again, I'm loving the objective control from the red team here. They see that, okay, right, we got the kills. We don't need to push far. All we've got to do is get these objectives and we can have a big advantage. But they actually do greed a little bit here. So having said that, they do greed very hard and end up losing their Harbinger. So maybe if Ultranumb are able to very decisively pick up this fight and maybe get a decap here with Fly, that would be massive. Fly is certainly going to be looking for it. I think he's going to go for it, actually, because it's going to be a 4v4 on middle. So he trusts his team to win the 4v4. Oh, he's watching for Asdom. Yes, he's Asdom. Oh my god, is this a massive throw from Team Jeff? Very nice save there, though. The shield buff got Jeff back up. Is there a glyph? I believe there is. Full glyph comes through. There it is. No interrupt. There it is. Necro's looking for decaps here. Red team just a tiny bit ahead right now. Just barely ahead. Roach God X keeping this fight going. Both teams have used a lot of their defensives here. A revival will be available for Cran in around 20 seconds. The damage is massive. The Willbender of Red about to go down here. Here comes a Tornado. Looking almost a pre-Tornado to actually disrupt that player there. Here comes that Willbender. Can Ultra Scuff get that kill? That's the target. Can we get the Roach Academy kill here? Is that going to happen? So very, very low. Jeff now going low here as well. Willbender goes down. No decap available though yet. So bear in mind the points are still very, very spooky. Tempest about to go down. I think we've got to see Fly leave. Fly needs to... There's got to be a decap here. Otherwise, I believe blue team is still going to win anyway. Guardian goes down. Decap on middle is going to land there. Fly moving, but someone's got to get Dragon here. Someone's got to move. It's going to be Floody, I believe. He's going to go for it. He should be able to make it. He's got the worm. Fly intercepts over here. She would deny the kneecap from Azam. He does do that. It's a full implosion. Karina down, Seacod down, the Ego down, and they're getting bled off point. This actually is a huge recovery moment here for Ultra Scuffed. Floody won't get this cap, but he will be able to hold it neutral, and that's the important thing. We have Jeff Tempest arriving just in time. There's the double cap, and I think actually Ultranumb have somehow done it. They somehow get the insane clutch moment there. They end it on a triple cap, and Team Roach has been removed from the tournament. It's going to be Ultranumb in the grand finals. Insane coming. Oh, French Frauds lost to Team Copium. Wow, 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 wow. Absolutely huge decap there. Love that rotation by Floody. Aslam could not get to the line in time. And of course, losing that node there into, of course, there was a decap. And of course, Tempest can't really do anything about that. With a massive team fight collapse, a clutch win coming through right now from Ultra Scuffed. And they go Monthly AT Finals into Team Copium. So, yeah, French Frauds did lose, I'm afraid. It was a close match. You can see that it obviously went to a very close timer, judging by the look of this, right? We had 49 seconds on the clock here, and Team Copium just barely able to defeat French Frauds. There we go. There we go. Now to the finals we march on. But French Frauds, definitely want to see those guys blasting. Definitely want to see... French Frauds again. That's a really fun roster. They got all the way to top 4. I think that's very commendable, actually, considering they are a relatively new roster with some, newer players to like high-level competitive. So it's great to see that, that's one thing that I am very happy about. I really hope that if I continue to run tournaments in the community, it will actually incentivize people to build teams and stick together. So definitely a big win. I hope that can be somewhat attributed to the tournament. All right, then. I think it's time for the grand finals. Oh, Capricorn. I love this map. A lot of fun here. Here we go. Let's do this. So, here it is. These teams are evenly matched. We're getting started right the hell now. On red team, it's going to be Raikön. On the Spectre, playing with some ridiculous name there. We have Ultra Cub Andreas on the Willbender. On the red team, we have Miaz on Support Guardian. Here he is, and we have Synod, Amber Harb on the Harbinger. We have Sakiki on Vindicator, looking for a far push here. Here we go, just evading that central team fight. Will be intercepted now by Cran and Calablanca. That will secure the node. I think Fly will actually maybe just make it. No, it's going to initiate this 1v1. And just kind of let that node stay contested there. And on the blue team, it's Floody on Harbinger number 1 on Gornet. It's Harbinger number 2 on Cran. It's going to be the Tempest here against the Support Guardian, Calablanca here on the Willbender, and Fly on the Spectre. Here we go. Let's make it happen. Fly just fishing for this decap here, not wanting to let the Harbinger. And I think we're going to see Fly. This is kind of annoying for Red, because what we're going to see here is that the Harbinger is going to get denied, right? It will not be allowed to rotate into team fights, and that makes things a little tricky for the Red team, because you need that pressure. You want that elite elixir, dropping down that stability, that massive quickness uptime for your Willbender, all that kind of stuff. And without that, it will be a little bit difficult to take those fights. Now looks like the Red Harbinger is trying to push in here, and so far, actually, the team fight not going super well, actually, for Ultram. They're having some difficulties here, despite having the Harbinger advantage for a good amount of time. And this 1v1 is also a bit problematic, I think, again, because we've seen previously in this tournament that actually the Vindicator does win the 1v1, actually, into the Harbinger. It takes a while, but it does happen. You can see that reflected now as Sakiki is slowly winning. Has the advantage in the stand, will now force this neutralization. However, Fly did do the same by baiting the Harbinger out. As long as Fly doesn't die, it's still kind of okay. Team fight continues here on middle. Gornet very, very low. I think Ultram definitely on the back foot. Ooh, big gravel actually there. That's very tasty. That might be the end of Gornet. I think it's going to be... Ooh, big water overload saves the day. Very nice. Gornet in trouble here. There's the heal. Gets it up. We'll be able to climb away now. There it is. There's the good kite. But red do get that. And yeah, Flea does die in this 1v1. They've got to find a way to answer that Vindicator. Leto coming in as well. It's all Guild 2 player fault. People are just too bad, so game has no challenging content. Meta achievements make PvE good. Boom. There it is. Leto sharing his wisdom here. Oh, yeah. Red team now have sides. And yeah, the team fight implodes. Team Copium. They're going to get the job done here, actually. And Andreas, he's hungry for his gizmo. He is a gizmo-less player, actually. Currently. He's the only player, in fact, in this entire game, I believe, who doesn't have a gizmo. So he would really love to win this, I think. And they're going to go for Cabablanca. Ooh, and might be able to get that kill. Cabablanca desperately running away, but all gets caught by a Jade wins. Cran can't do much here. Cran's done for here, I think. Does maybe have some invulnerability, gets the evasion, gets a heal, but into the water overload. Oh, it's super close, but no. Can't get to Earth in time for that Obsidian Flesh. We'll contest there, but oh my god. What's happened here? Like, Team Copium absolutely going insane right now. That's a free... I mean, this is absolutely catastrophic. It's going to be red team yoinking the bell right now. There it is. Just a free bell. I mean, ooh. A good regroup here by Ultranumb, but... Oh, man. This is not looking good. This is not looking good whatsoever here, actually. Now we have blue team starting to push towards middle here. But that was very rough. Of course, the next bell will be 50 points in favor of red team, and there's got to be a way. Like, blue team need to find a way to win these fights, right? They absolutely need to win this fight. Otherwise, there are going to be some problems here, I'm afraid. And yeah, perhaps Flooddy's inexperience on Harbinger, of course. He's mostly an NG player. Maybe enough to actually get them punished here. I mean, it's still winnable, right? It's definitely winnable, but I think red team are definitely feeling great about this. They're feeling super confident in this situation. McCran already getting bursted down very hard here. Ultranumb, they need to find what they're missing right now to get these team fight victories. Will be a water overload available, and of course, wash the pain away, so the resistance should be good onto Cran. Here comes the CC. Is it going to interrupt the water overload? No, it is not, but wow, the damage is kind of out DPSs it combined with that poison, and Cran is forced to get the hell out of there. This Willbender will still be on the hunt here as well. Now we'll go back and try and convert a kill on that fight while Cran tries to resyn himself, and yeah, already we see the pressure really coming through. Spectre 1v1 here. Riken doing a good job actually so far. Fly having a bit of trouble. Okay, in we go. The gaming is about to happen here. And we have the fight start to reinforce it. Okay. Blue team starting to disengage. But again, this team fight is very solid actually right now for our red team. They're just holding this team fight very well. They are just straight up winning. To be quite frank, they are getting the job done here. And Ultra Scuffed, they are not really able to break through just yet. Is Fly winning the Thief 1v1? Ooh, he's not winning the Thief 1v1, actually. That's not what we want to see right now. Like, Riken is just really putting in work. And we saw this with in the Hardstuck Conquest League, right? With the Draza having a massive impact. Winning those Spectre 1v1s. Now we do see the Tempest slowly start to outvalue the Core Guard. There it is. Core Guard is down. Not really revivable either. This is definitely an opening right now. Ultra Scuff find that victory, but it was a hard-fought victory too. Bella's coming up in 30 seconds, so this is a pretty good time to get a kill on that Core Guard. And if they can find another kill right now, then somehow get this over. They've got to actually make sure they get this kill though, actually. Oh no, oh my god. Ultram is actually, oh no. Oh, this is going to be a revive. Yeah, I don't think Floddy can finish this. No, he can't. Well, maybe he can actually. Cran now comes back in. Yeah, good response there by Cran. That should now confirm the kill. Andreas going to go for that revival there with the Willbender. Should still end up dying, and that's pretty good. This should be an easy bell now for Ultra Scuffed. But they've got to do more than this. They need way more than this. We need way more. Gornet 1v1ing into the Harbinger. And yeah, again, having a lot of difficulty, as you can see here, guys, right? This Vindicator does appear to be able to handle this Harbinger pretty well currently. Oh, yeah, and Gornet very, very low indeed. Now, Bell is up. Willbender plussing in from Cabablanca. Bell fight now begins. Flooddy and Flyer here into 2v2. It's going to be now a 3v2 as we have the Willbender from the red team rotate in. Cran's going to match that, though. Here he is. Okay. So, again, if this team fight is won by blue, they're going to get themselves that 25 points and still maintain that double cap. Very, very tasty if they can handle that. Okay. Gornet continuing this 1v1, and it all comes down to this. This is the big one, this 44, and Fly already getting an absolute beating from the condition pressure of the opponents. Does go down, say, Cran goes for a glyph, gets interrupted. Very nice interrupt there by Riken. You can see it was the Spectre because of the slow debuff flying. Yeah, I mean, this... Ooh, that's kind of GG. I mean, I don't really see a way out of this. I mean, yeah, that's it. Flooddy's down. Capablanca about to crumble. And team fight. Team fight victories. Red team just team fights a bit better. Siki does actually die. We just see Gornet manage to get this kill over here, which is very, very good for him. But they need to hold this bell, and 50 points, they can't give that up. I think Kran does get, I believe that was the, he did actually manage to get revived there or hold on, at least for the time being. But now they have to hold this, like, bizarre 2v4. Harbinger will be able to rotate in now. That's something good for Ultrascuff that they can hold on. That's very nice. 2 caps is enough. And here we go. Gornet rotates in. It's still super, super scary right now. This Vindicator can be so annoying as well. Can just go to the archway. Yeah, it's exactly what Kiki's going to do. Move over there to the archway. It will be matched now by Flooddy. Can he make it? He worms forwards. Will be able to make it. And now, actually, Ultranumb start to win the fight. They hold on long enough. They've got to cleave it. They have the Gravwell. Is the cleave enough? There's the Signet. Is it interrupted? It is not. Ooh, good Signet there. No interrupt available there for Fly by the looks of that, unfortunately. Now, can they get this kill again? The cooldowns are going to be pretty low for the support gun, but Kran is now in the down state. They need to revive that. I don't think they have a shallow... Do they have a shallow grave? Let's see if they do. They do not. Ooh, yeah. And Fly ends up going down there. Kran in the down state. Fly in the down state here. Capablanca now having to get out there. They held that for a long time. Maybe they can continue doing it. No, not really. They're going to bleed out. That's going to be 50 points. And now we see Ryken go for the decap. There it is. Capablanca to go over there. There will be neutralizations, but 50 points? That's painful. And there's no way. Now, it's not contestable anymore. They're going to have to just give it up and try and play the map. And play the map perfectly for the rest of the game. And basically triple cap their opponents. Here comes 50. Oh, well, at least it's not going to be a... Oh, it is. It actually could be a triple bell here, actually, because another bell's up in 30 seconds. Blue team now have a bit of map control here. But Ultram need a miracle to actually make this work. Capablanca. Oh, yeah, and Red get this middle node here. Fly lurking around, but at this point, Red team, you just kind of bunker middle and auto win the game. Yep, here it is. Andreas moving over here on the Willbender, moving into play. Here he goes. Yeah, this is very, very tough here for Ultrascuff to get back into the mix here. Very, very hard indeed. Very tough. And here we go. Kran does get the bell for free, but I believe actually GG has basically been called at this point. Kran gets the bell. I mean, it's not over. I mean, if they can decap middle, they do still win. Or have the potential to win anyway, but it's going to be very hard to do that. They've only got 40 seconds to do it. They're going to need an absolute all-out 5v5 insanity miracle. And here we go. No, I just don't see that happening. We have Elite Elixir available here. We have, of course, all the support cooldowns available for the red team. Oh, they're going to go for it. Of course, you might as well, right? You might as well go for it. It's going to be a 5v5 on mid, but no, only 20 seconds left in the game. I don't think it's actually possible. Maybe some kind of bizarre tornado decap, but the stability is available here currently. We do have a kill against Red, and that's pretty good. There's no Signet, and looks like we actually might see Red start to die, but it's a little bit too late for that, I'm afraid. Ultranumb do not have time left in this game. They started to come back a little bit at the end, but there it is. GG. Simple that. There we go. Wow. 500-378. And that's it. Andreas finally gets a gizmo. Definitely a player that has been on that level. Definitely more than capable of having the skill to find it. Does now get it. There it is, a new winner. There you have it, my friends. Yeah, that's big. That is big. It was a correct play. I mean, they just played well. Red team just played solid there. They absolutely did. They pushed, they rotated in, they won the team fights, and that's it. There it is. That's what I got to say, guys. Simple as that. Ultram just struggled a bit early in these fights, right? Like from here, right? They just struggled. As you can see here. And Ultram started to come back a little bit. Get this 2-cap here and start holding some of these fights, but just a little bit too much. If they'd won that bell, imagine if they'd won that bell fight. That would have been a huge bell fight to win. But I'm afraid, couldn't quite do it, I'm afraid. Very close, very narrow team fight. There it is.